Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Everyday Black Man Podcast, a podcast for authentic black male thoughts. I am Riker, and I'm joined by R. Reed and Armstead. Follow us on Twitter at EVYD Black Men, Instagram at Everyday Black Men, and Facebook at the Everyday Black Men Facebook page. Now let's start the show.
Hey, what's up? We started.
We started.
We start right now.
All right.
Good.
Everything's good. We have a special guest with us, Ellison.
Hey.
All right.
Want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, want to tell the people anything?
My name is Ellison. Follow me on Instagram. She is Ellison.
Spell
Okay.
that for us. Spell that.
Spell it out.
She is ELOCIN.
All right. What do you do?
I'm a cosmetologist.
Ah.
Yes.
So what's that like?
That's hair, it's lashes.
Oh, I thought it was
anything.
the stars. I don't know. I
An
thought
astrologist?
Yeah. You said Cosmo. I'm thinking stars and cosmos.
Stupid, boy. Stupid.
Yeah, you're being a funny man. Funny man.
So how was it being
Cosmetologist?
Pretty easy, you know, especially being.
I don't think that cosmetology is easy, but I'm sorry.
It's not. It deals with a lot of chemistry and science.
I got a question.
It's really cool. What?
Do you want to get into Hollywood makeup?
Actually, I've thought about it for doing makeup for sets, because a lot of film sets don't have a lot of black people
That's
doing
what I was
hair
gonna
and
say,
makeup.
being
So they
black
can't
couple.
Yeah,
do very
yeah.
It was gonna be easy because a lot of
Right.
Yeah, I know some black people who do film stuff and they need makeup because they're ugly.
That is terrible. We've gone completely too far. All right, sir, we've gone too far.
Right, Armstead?
Yep, there's some ugly people in this world.
Well, Ellison, I'm sorry about
I was
these
talking
two
about
there.
dude with the predator dread one time.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he'll do well with some makeup.
Getting into this first topic. I know that this is one that you feel very strongly about, Ari. It's when do men admit that we hate women? It's an article by Stanley.
Why are you looking at
Stanley
me?
Fritz, was it? Stanley Fritz? He had a very colorful words for how he feels that men feel about women based on our actions. R. Reed, can you tell us a little bit about
I
that?
don't think men hate women.
I don't hate women.
I don't think men respect women.
I agree.
And I think most women it's their fault
How?
because a lot of women are raising men.
Oh, so you're going with the women
Single
are
mothers.
raising
Don't
the-
blame it again on single mothers. It goes back to that.
You put it all
You ever
on
dated a
single.
dude who grew up with his mom only and a dude that grew up with both his parents?
Yeah.
Are they different?
It depends.
Generally speaking, does he put his mom above everything?
Which one?
The guy who's a single mother, household raised guy.
Yeah.
who had a single
Mostly.
Yeah, mostly, right?
Yeah.
And why do you think that is?
That was his sole influence, mostly, and he values her a lot.
I mean, I would
There's
agree with
nothing
that.
wong with that.
Him putting his mom over his woman?
I didn't
Or
say that.
Your
No,
girl?
we didn't say that. We didn't say
think
we
it's-
I didn't say that,
we agree
yeah.
with the
Difference
assessment.
between putting your mom over your girl and you putting your mom over your wife. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like
I don't think a dude who can't put his girl over his mom will ever put his wife over his girl.
You mean his wife over
I
his
feel you on
mom?
that. I feel like it depends
Ellison,
on the
you're
time
right.
frame. You know what I'm saying? How long that person has been with them. Then it's like for if we've been together 3-4 years or something like that, maybe 2. You know, then it's like okay, maybe I can put her over that. But after 6 months, I'm like what? Come on now.
Yeah.
3 months? No.
I mean, but that's what people want.
That's
How long does it take?
we're
for you to
talking
say-
about a logical relationship where y'all are in this. Ain't no back and forth.
Who's to say how long does it take for you to actually say?
It's not necessarily about the length. If y'all live together, I hope y'all are thinking about more than just living together.
How long would it take for you to actually say that? Okay,
I'm not a
gonna
mama's
live with
boy, so it's not gonna work for me. I'm
Yeah,
not
this
doing
doesn't work for him.
it. Yeah,
It's a two-parent household.
I can't look at it in that
Parents
way.
who loved each other.
People who raised with their mother parents can love each other. They just didn't get along and it didn't work out. But what I'm saying is most dudes that I know who grow up with just their mom as their sole influence, they're usually more accustomed to being
Babied?
No. With women. I'm going to go with women. They're usually going to date a lot of women and they don't respect them as much as they respect their mom. But there are moments in time where they do respect women, but they never put any woman over their mom. Even when they're married, they never do that.
What do you mean in terms of respect women? In what ways? They don't respect them? How?
If you're dating somebody and you're saying we're one-on-one, be one-on-one. Be yourself. Be what you say you're going to be. They'll cheat, have multiple girlfriends.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
What do you mean you don't agree?
She said she doesn't agree. But
To what extent?
let Ellison elaborate.
Yeah.
In my experience, all the guys that I knew, my brothers included, like we grew up with just my mom, and they've all been really faithful. Like none of my brothers ever cheated on their girlfriends, like ever. And my ex-boyfriend was a mama's boy mostly, like, and he's super like a serial monogamist, I would say, more than anything. He's not really a whore, so to speak.
I believe there are exceptions to the rule.
Yeah.
We're just talking about we had to put a number on, right?
Well, we're putting our best guess.
You got best guess over, right? Just from my friendships with guys, and I'm just like, if I had to put a number over, it's over 60%.
Now, are you certain that this is all men or just the men that you hang out with?
I'm just going with who I hang out with because
Okay.
we can throw some like elaborate statistics out there, but I think most men cheat. And I say most, I mean like 75, not all of them.
Okay. You mean
but-
cheated at all or cheated in the past?
Cheated in the past.
From the past. Or
But we know black men don't cheat. So
Well, yeah, okay. Hey, I 100% agree with that. As a registered card carrying member of the Faithful Black Men Association,
Yes.
I definitely
black men don't cheat.
agree with you on this point.
Somehow they get caught the most.
I mean,
Well, women don't get caught.
We really don't. Ours are
Just tell her you're busy. If your ass got 2 jobs, you always busy. That's what you gotta.
If your ass
You
got
gotta
2
stay
jobs,
with it.
you never stop.
Just never be broke, and she won't ask me any questions.
But to get to what Stanley Fritz was referring to,
Yeah, go to what he was
the
saying.
biggest thing is I'm going to discount his whole husband raping wife thing because that's
Yeah,
more
that's
of a
some
societal.
bullshit.
That's a
That was
societal
some
thing.
bullshit. I ain't getting that.
No, that's a societal problem. Women 15 to 24 are mostly murdered by black men, which I think is true.
I think
But I don't think
yeah.
that's
What?
no. When we look at the murder, or sorry, the cause of death for black women between the ages of 15 to 24, it's men who ended up ended up killing them.
I got a question. What's the murder rate for black men between 15 to 24? Who kills them?
Oh, we probably
We
going
know.
to have to say the state. I
Yeah.
mean, I assume the state.
Nah, we're gonna go with black men.
Well, yeah, I think black men probably did.
And then
But
who
I think the
kills-
state is probably
who
going to be a
kills-
close second.
Who kills the most in the black and black community between the ages of 0? Well, you never got a chance.
Yeah, that would be black women who can get
Okay.
abortions.
Oh,
But that's
where were you
Yeah, I was
going
like,
with
where's
that?
this? Okay.
I see where you're going.
That was a troll.
But we're trying to address a really important point.
Go ahead. Go
which
to the
is
next one.
Stanley Fritz is that, yes, generally speaking, domestic abuse or domestic violence is generally going to be very prevalent between early ages because you're dealing with a lot of rambunctious
No,
and
they come from broken
unmentored men.
household. Yeah, unmentored. Yeah, because
At the same time, that makes we're not making any excuse.
No.
So you're
Ellison,
saying men of those ages are
Yes.
killing?
yeah, they're
their
the number
peers
one
of
cause
the
of death
same-
for black women during those ages.
these young black men got issues. I was
Yeah.
I don't remember. I was staying in this apartment complex one time. It was this young girl. She was about 18, and I would say he was about 20, and he was beating the shit out of her in the car. To my, she don't act right unless I beat her ass. And I'm sitting right there like, man, you must ain't got no daddy, cause I come whoop your ass, nigga.
Why
Like,
didn't you?
really?
Why didn't you do anything?
intervene?
Yeah.
Because the first time I said, bruh, chill out. And I was like, you shouldn't be messing with a dude like that. You should just leave him alone. The second time, it's on you.
Well, it's not even that.
No.
The thing that we don't like to admit about domestic abuse is people don't leave till they ready.
That's
Like,
true.
that's something that my mother told me.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know that from experience. So people don't leave until they're ready to leave.
I don't-
At the same time, if you between 15 to 24, a lot of these people, as you're saying, Reed, don't know restraint. Like it used to be like if somebody said something in like the 50s, a man would slap you and that was it. Like that was the
Right.
end of it. That was no. Nowadays,
Yeah.
people are beating on people like.
This
I get that
he-
you have some
He
some
was
issues.
like punching her. I was like,
Yeah, I know. That's what I knew exactly what you were
Seriously?
talking about.
Yeah.
Like he was trying to beat on her. And it's like
Yeah.
it's one. I mean, we're getting into
I-
levels of abuse,
yeah.
which is always a slippery slope.
It's level.
But
Very slippery slope.
well, that's why I want to admit it right now, so that nobody's like, "Oh, you guys are excusing abuse."
No.
I'm not excusing
there's
abuse at
levels
all.
to it because
But there's levels to how people abuse.
I don't think that abuse is as normal as the back and forth abuse, which we never go on. We just simply blame the black male.
the
for it.
verbal abuse back and forth. You
That,
ain't
no,
shit.
that
You
fighting
ain't-
shit, yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's because you grew up
Oh,
in a
that
toxic
that
environment.
throwing shit at people?
Throwing shit, fighting back and forth. She yelling at you like
She getting all
and
up
then
in your
y'all-
face?
Then she get in your face. Like I see that way more prevalent and not prevalent in our communities than people give it credit to or anything to it. What would you say?
I would say, what do you think is where do you think it stems from? I just think it's a perpetual cycle.
Your household.
Exactly.
Because if you believe that to be normal, I see a lot of people in relationships that are toxic. Like
Yeah.
this arguing and all that back and forth shit. We break up, make up. Like, I don't do that shit. Like, we're not, like, if we're together, we're together. And if we can't work it out, like, what in irreconcilable difference are we really having? Or is this just something that will pass? Let's talk. If we can't talk, that's fine. Then maybe we don't need to be with each other. Or go away, see how you feel when you think about it. But that yelling at me, throwing shit at me, that's
But
not
some
gonna
people
work.
think that's love.
Yeah.
You know what?
They want that thug love.
It's not just that too. It's also the fact like I hate when people like the whole slamming things down thing, and then like I feel like a lot of it has to do
passive
with-
aggressive violence.
Yeah, passive aggressive stuff, and a lot of it has to do with like insecurities. You know what I'm saying? Like
I wouldn't.
I can kind of see that.
I can
argument.
see where you're coming from, but I think that a lot of people, like my parents, they argue, but they didn't do that. Nigga, like blah 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 blah, like that type
But
of
they
shit.
got
the
into
loud
it at a
shit.
different time frame.
I
Remember,
bet.
back when your parents got together, that was called "we married, we in this together."
Yeah.
Nowadays, people be in relationships just for. I mean, you was nice and you was
It
cute
was
and
cool.
all.
You got a vagina.
Exactly. You gotta get, whatever exchange they're going for.
Kids, so we tried it. You know.
And that's also the worst ones because
Yeah.
we talked
Yeah,
about
that happens far
that.
too
I think what
often.
was that 4 or 5 episodes ago. We were like, look, sometimes you just gonna have to eat up that you went and had a child with the wrong person. Y'all need to just be good
Co-parents.
kind of co-parents.
Yeah, y'all don't have to be friends.
Yeah, y'all don't have to be friends.
You
Y'all
gotta
just
be
be good
friendly
co-parents.
in front of the kid. I never recommend, even if you hate her mom guts, you never disrespect her.
Oh, yeah.
because
Outcast.
She-
Miss Jackson.
she'll look at.
Right.
I believe women like normalize those relationships in their own lives. Like this is normal. Even men to some extent. Like if you see a lot of dudes going back and forth with your mom, I don't know any men who experience that. That's what I'm curious about. Like
Well,
your mom dating, how did that affect a young black man? Because that's all we care
it
about.
affects you. It affects you differently. Because like I had the opposite thing. Like my mom swore off dating completely during the time that we were developing.
Great
And I'm
mom.
like, well, no, it's bad because I never got to see her like what would have been like a great relationship. Because giving you like kind of like the quick 10-minute thing. Like my mom met my dad when he was in prison, so she was doing Christian outreach. Met this guy. They were vibing and whatnot. And this was back during Lorton. You know, the only real prison that they used to have, where the treated the prisoners like college kids. So yeah, you had to stay in these bars, but you got to run a general store, or you got to actually make real money, or you got to run like your own little side business in it. Like my dad would deliver the papers to everybody who lived in the different dormitories every day, and they paid a living wage. So when my mom and my dad, like they got to have like a real actual relationship, because it wasn't just, all right, we behind bars, all right, let's talk, see all that kind of stuff. Like they had got to actually interact, and they had, conjugal visits, which aren't in any prison on the eastern coast, I think. I'll have to double check this in post. But Riker here in post for an update. I was wrong here. Only medium or lesser federal prisons allow conjugal visits. Of the small number of prisons, only 4 states allow it. You have California, Washington on the west, and Connecticut and New York on the east. One last tidbit. Conjugal visits in the United States originated in Mississippi. First program dates back to the early 1900s when a warden in Mississippi State Penitentiary introduced conjugal visits as an incentive for the mostly black inmates to work together harder in the prison's farming industry. According to lawyer Patrick Rogers, on Sunday afternoons, the prisons brought in prostitutes who charged 50 cents for their services. Sex was used as the proverbial dangling carrot for increasing inmate productivity, Rogers states. I'll include a link to it in the description of the podcast. When you have that kind of relationship and then, things don't go out as well later on, and then you hope that your parents would date. Like at first I didn't want my mom to date, but now like I see it as an adult. I'm like, I really wish she had, because that's part of what you should see is your parent moving on, because that kind of can affect you and how you look at relationships, because you're looking at people as, well, this don't work out. All right, I guess,
Fuck it.
fuck it.
It might be a good thing too that you didn't see it, because who knows who.
Maybe she's not a good dater.
So maybe who.
Nah, she was a serial pimp up until that point.
Who would say that
Dad
the
put that
relationship
ring on it.
Got into at that time would have been the perfect relationship for her. Man, you probably would have
Yeah.
saw some terrible things, and it probably would have turned you into a
I
different
don't.
person.
I don't think you've
can go
lost
either way.
anything in that.
Yeah, I don't think
That's
so.
me coming from like not being with my child's mom. Maybe she shouldn't date. I think that'd be the best thing ever.
That's a selfish point.
That's a selfish point.
That's a selfish point. But I feel
think
like
swearing
you
off
have to
dating-
you have to pass it on to your kids though, because if you don't show your kids how you can find love after whatever, like you and your child's mom were together for a very long time. And no matter what, your daughter can look back to that as these are two people who really loved each other, even if the relationship didn't work out. Now, you've never bet or never brought any of those, scallywags around your daughter. But at the same time, if you were to go into a relationship with a loving woman and to show your daughter, like, yeah, there's love after that, that's the right thing to show your daughter so that she doesn't get hung up on this fairy tale Disney type.
One man, one woman, no one else in the universe exists but this one person.
Exactly. That's exactly the thing you don't want to, because that's why people hold on to these toxic relationships for so long.
I think they don't know no better.
Yeah.
You think it's more about another person? I think
both of these things are true.
We all know that there's give and takes in a relationship, and there's never going to be a perfect person.
Correct.
Like, there are going to be some things you like about a person. My thing has always been, how did I describe it before? Can I love you through that? Like,
yes.
What about a woman, like multiple men? I can't fuck with you on that.
You know what? To an extent, I feel you on that, but at the same time, I know I got a lot of female friends. You know what I'm saying? And
men and women can't be friends.
All of these
generally
ladies
speaking.
have friends.
Generally speaking, I know what you mean by that, and I know how you feel on that whole situation.
How many of those friends that you have sex with?
A lot of them I didn't.
I like how you said I did it. As in some of them I did.
No, on the real though, like, to be completely honest with you, like, a lot of them I don't really even talk to like that anymore. You know, so I think my friends, as far as like female friends that I've had, have cut down to a smaller number, especially since they got into relationships now. So now I don't really speak to them as much, you know what I'm saying, or either they moved away or whatever the hell else. You know.
You're saying you don't feel comfortable dating a woman who has multiple, like a lot of guy
male
friends.
No, I don't.
I understand that
Because I believe whether they admit it or not.
No, say it.
I feel exactly what you're saying.
I think
very hard.
They're either waiting or being patient.
Yeah.
That is just how men react.
And another thing is, I'll say this to her as well, because I'll follow the same rules. When I find that right woman, I want it to be a woman where I don't need no other woman in my life. Like, unless it's like my mom or sisters, I have nothing to offer any other woman. No advice, none of that bullshit, because go talk to your man.
So you wouldn't allow your woman or yourself to have
it's not
other...
about allowing. I would rather it not be an allowance thing, because I'm not gonna. We live in a totally different society. You can't allow anybody to do anything. I would just tell her, always be careful of him, and if it becomes a situation where I'm not comfortable, is it just a friend or somebody you can't live without?
Correct.
But what if he was her friend from childhood? Like, before you can't expect her to cut him off.
I said it's possible. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I feel like that's a grand
What
exception.
he's basically trying to say is, if there were to ever be a situation where,
like, no
your
new friends,
man is uncomfortable and it's like, hey, I don't like the situation that she was in with this. I don't think you should deal with it.
it depends on what. Like,
a person that you
like
cannot,
let's say you're dating someone, right? And you have this male friend, right?
Yeah.
And you be like, oh, I'm about to go to his house, and it's like 10 o'clock at night.
No, that's just us. That's crossing boundaries.
I like
I wouldn't
that
do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that.
There's a level of respect.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah, and like, you being around him for lunch? Because if you're gonna fuck somebody, it really doesn't matter what time of day it is.
Yeah, they're gonna find a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life finds a way.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just make sure you never put me in an uncomfortable position.
Right.
And I would like to know them to some extent, but I don't want to be their friend because they're your friend. But males in general, when it's just, we just cool, he my friend. Like, when it's just too many of them, I just.
But I feel like if you have that level of trust and you feel comfortable, you shouldn't even be worried about her male friends.
I feel like you never put yourself in a situation where what if could.
Okay, so now you're going with the Republican senator argument. I would like for you to cover me, but there needs to be a man in the room. The Billy Graham rule.
I have a question for you.
So the Billy Graham rule. No, sorry, I get to your question in 1 second. So the Billy Graham rule is this: Billy Graham is never in a room with a woman who is married or unmarried, unless there's another person who can be a witness. That is how he's avoided any quote unquote improprieties. Now for Billy Graham, it's like whatever, because you're a pastor and nobody really gives a shit. But Republicans have been kind of following some of the same rules. And most noted was this one senator who's running for re-election in, I think, Minneapolis. And he's saying, hey, or this woman wanted to cover him because she's like a lead reporter for some magazine or something like that. And he was like, yeah, if your colleague who's lesser than you comes, like he can be in the same room with us, which is like, that's basically me sharing my story. He's like, no. He just needs to be in the room with us so that we can whatever. And she felt really offended, which I get it.
Yeah, but with the Me Too movement, I mean,
at the same time, he made it about the male colleague. Like, what if she said, what if I have another woman to back me up? He probably still would have said no. He wants there to be another man in the room, and that's where I think we're treading a very dangerous tightrope, because we're essentially saying it has to be another man in here to back up my story. It's almost as if you're saying bro code. But you had a question.
I have a question. What's your favorite candy?
That's a good question. Sour Patch Kids.
All right, I gave you some Sour Patch Kids, all right? I come around with you with some sour gummy worms, all right? That's going to be your best friend, sour gummy worms.
That's some new shit.
That's some new shit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, but you like your Sour Patch Kids, all
I mean,
right?
I like my Sour Patch Kid, but this is some new shit.
I don't know. That's how I feel about, like, you got your favorite, but hell, your ass don't have Sour Patch before, too, though, right?
True,
You know?
man. There's only so many ways you can throw sriracha on shit.
What? On Sour Patch Kids?
I knew I was gonna mess with you. I don't actually put sriracha on that, but I'm sure there's
But what
somebody
I'm
out
saying
there.
is, if you found your favorite, I mean, it's okay to have things you dilly dally with. That's just something I can't deal with. And then maybe it's me, and maybe it's something I need to resolve. But I just met very few dudes who are have no,
Who have pure intentions.
yeah.
I understand.
Even
I
women,
get it. I understand.
even women.
Well, with women, that becomes a whole different dynamic.
Especially with women, they gonna say, girl, fuck that. You want to live once? Go ahead and just do whatever.
Ah, shit, now you going with the Eddie
I'll
Murphy.
keep the information to you. You know, you ain't gotta worry about nothing. Just say you was with me that night. You know, they
Guys do
that
the
shit.
same thing.
I
though,
never-
so
I know that. But I'm just
And I
saying,
realize their friends are never your friends.
Of course.
Yeah, never.
It goes
that's
both ways.
something though that you should have learned earlier. Is
I've
that
been
Yeah.
somebody else's friends is never your friend.
Never.
They
Even
might
if-
smile in your face and be like, "Oh yeah, you the
Nah,
best person."
like,
Right,
fuck
their
you.
They'll
friends
know
and
that
their
he
family.
beats he beats every chick ass that come in contact with them, and they will sure enough let that happen to you, and just sit there and be like,
I
"God,
definitely would,
That's
wouldn't I?
real.
yeah." God damn. Anyway,
I hook her up with them too. Damn, I'm fucked up.
you are a terrible person. You need to go to counseling and look.
Yeah,
look
but
that
I don't
over.
think men hate women. I think it depends on how
Certain
you are.
types of men
and I don't
do
think they
hate
hate them.
women.
I think they have a lack of respect.
No, I think certain men do hate women. They want kind of like that one friend.
I only
we
know
have.
one friend that hates
Yeah, exactly.
women.
Kind of like that one friend we had. But there's a lot of those. You remember them incels, right? They legit hate
I don't think
women.
that's a black man. Incels. I don't really see
Nah,
any black
there's a
men.
lot-
Is
there's
it
a
the
lot
fact
of-
that he hates women, or he hates the way certain women act?
I think,
No, he hates women.
I think he hates women because they're different, and he don't like the way they think. And
He can't deal with the fact that women have a very different
We
energy.
talking about the same
How
person,
they bring
but he
it.
always like to have women around.
yeah, he doesn't like
Yeah.
feminine energy, but because he exudes it as well.
Yes.
He acts like a female sometimes as well.
Yes, that's why dominant women are his
Yeah.
Achilles heel.
He goes like, when the last time you argued with a woman that you're not having sex with?
Never.
Hey.
Nah, I'm talking probably college, but that was the last time.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Debate.
I have recently. I have.
but generally speaking,
But generally speaking, no, I don't.
this dude will argue with a woman on a daily basis.
On a daily basis, yeah.
And
It might be a
don't-
woman he just met in Walmart.
Correct. They'll be like, he'll say something like off the cuff comment like Trump this, blah blah blah, and then he'll just sit back there and go back and forth with them. I'm just like, bro, if
Is he?
We think he's in the closet, but that's a whole nother
Okay.
story.
That's the only time I ever really see a guy going back and forth with a woman.
I think if a
See,
woman,
I'm glad that we had the
But you know
same
what though?
thought.
I feel like he really just craves certain attention because he'll go back and forth with a nigga too, but just not the same way, not as aggressive.
Oh, but that's the difference. The fact that you are only willing to go aggressively with women shows like a different thing.
because
Like,
a man gonna punch you after a while.
Right.
about to have this. We about to get the strap, and that's about to be it. There's no, we're not talking about this shit forever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like and I mean this, like I generally have a respect for women, but if I'm not, there's only a certain level of things you'll get from me. If I'm not having sex with you or you're a woman in my family, I need to teach you something. I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. I said what I need to say, and I'm done with it.
Yeah, true, but
Yeah.
that's something that, as we talked about earlier, the younger generation doesn't have. They are willing to go back and forth with women over and over again, and that's not to say it in a disrespectful way, is that you can't have a back and forth with a woman. But I think just in general with people, you don't have the same back and forth with them unless you're in some way involved. Like if it's your family member, or it's like a close friend, or it's like somebody who can literally affect your life in some way. You shouldn't be going back and forth.
I feel
with them.
like women don't have to be right; they just gotta feel like they are.
I mean, feelings is a whole different thing because we have a
That's
whole
not
debate
true.
about that.
I think it depends.
It depends on the
depends.
woman. We just talk. We making blanket statements.
No, these
always
are blanket
leave room for
statements.
conjecture. There's always room for conjecture
always.
because even you would agree with that.
I like
There's
to get
room.
the last word.
You like to get the last word?
I have to.
Okay, all right. See,
The last word doesn't matter if you said the first word that matter.
Yeah.
that's how it starts right there.
The last one, like, you understand? Yes.
And
Oh, you gonna keep going, huh?
yep,
See, that's the problem. This is
yeah,
how
it's
it
not
ends.
gonna happen.
But overall, I don't agree with Stanley Fritz. I think there's a subsection of men who have that. But I think we've had
That's
a good.
with everybody though.
True, but I feel like part of like when you challenged me to read a bunch of Stanley Fritz and stuff, I think part of it is Stanley Fritz. No, I don't think it's this.
Okay.
I think Stanley Fritz has been an abusive man for a very long time, and now that he realizes it, he's trying to make up for it.
I think he's trying to go overboard. I think he hates black men in general, but I think this
That
society,
might partly be it
yeah, I
because
think
that
this
reminds
society
me
as
of
a
who he is.
whole hates black men, including our black women.
I see. That's where
Oh
me and
my
you have
God,
a
you
difference.
trolling.
You know what, it's crazy. No, because you know what? I as of recently, I've noticed that I've seen a lot of black women dating white men.
Wow.
Well, see, that's a whole nother thing.
Wait, time out,
We gonna get that
because
later.
yeah, like you guys have been doing that for years.
Yeah, we gonna get
And
to
then
that
if
later.
you look at a lot of like A-list celebrities, basketball players,
Pause.
the majority don't have black wives,
That's
with the
not
exception
true.
of like what LeBron and Denzel
That's not
and
true.
Curry.
The opposite is actually true.
yeah,
That's just the weird stigmatism that we put on black men. 89% of men who are like, let's say, over $100,000 have black wives, and it was
I
like
ain't seen it.
47% of black women.
Right here with the second of 3 updates in post. Conflicting data here for interracial data. Pew found that about 24% of recently black married men interracially married, as opposed to women who had 12%. However, couples where they included one black spouse and one white spouse only made up about 1 in 10 interracially married couples in 2015. Version that has more or less held up since the 80s. Also, one last tidbit, the information that we pulled was from an article that I will link in the description as tiny URL number 2.
Look at black.
Show me
Name
the
a famous black woman with a black man.
Everyone, Beyonce.
Keep going.
That's literally it.
Keep going.
No, it's not.
Even Rihanna's not dating a black man.
Rihanna?
Eva the model.
No, she was a white man. Oh,
no,
Eva the
he's-
model, not Eve.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Yeah.
about Eve.
I was about to say, I thought you
Oh,
were
no,
talking
no,
about
no,
Eve.
not Eve, not Eve.
Serena
No, no, no,
Williams?
no, no.
I mean, no, that's not
No,
one.
Serena Williams gave black men a big chance. Because I got to argument with somebody on, well, not argue. I made a statement with somebody on Facebook and they tried to argue with me, and, I wasn't going to go into that with them.
I don't understand when it comes to her though. I don't understand why people were so mad that she married a white man. When for years you guys always said she was ugly, she's too masculine,
men never
she's
said
too
that.
this,
No,
she's
no,
too
no,
that.
not a lot of black men
a lot
said
of
that.
people
I don't
have
think black-
been.
that's
No,
white
I
men.
think a lot of people
White
have.
people, yeah.
But at the same time, Serena gave us like 10 chances. So I can't be mad at her at
gave
all.
me a chance.
She gave 3 white men a chance, and on that 4th one she hit gold.
I don't really care who you marry. I just think I don't want to see you up there for no black power shit when you ain't got a black
I
spouse.
think
But
she
you know
can
what though?
sign up for the black
I
power
know what
shit.
she's saying though, because I never would have thought what's his name would be married to a white dude. What's his name? This is America. What's his name?
Childish Gambino?
Yes, I would.
Wait,
Yes.
he's married?
No.
He's
He's,
married to a white woman.
he's married to
He is?
he's dating an Asian woman.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought he was married to a
Yeah.
woman.
No,
Yes,
he's Asian.
yes, you would.
He's
Yes.
he's
Why
married
not?
he's dating an Asian woman.
What black woman would date him?
But
he not
have you-
hood.
but-
he not
yeah,
ignorant.
he's
he no thug.
exactly.
He kind of weird.
met
He's
this
What,
Smart
smart.
a long
the
time
fuck?
ago.
What
This
does
is
that
like-
mean?
Wait a minute.
No.
He a
Like-
fucking nerd, bruh.
He a nerd.
So?
And on top of that,
Yeah.
he a nerd who went to DeKalb School of Arts. They was
So?
not
We're
fucking
not
with that
talking
nigga.
about you. You telling me all the women who your friends want a man
This-
like Childish
Childish
Gambino?
Gambino's life story is my brother's life story. He was a
So?
smart, very
I think women are
intelligent
being
brother.
more open to guys who aren't hood anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
I get that now, but we're saying he's known that Asian girl since forever. A lot of the play that like my brother, because he was the same way as Childish Gambino, smart black guy, very wordy, very nerdy. He didn't get any play from black women at his school. Shambly, shouting you out, but. The moment that Asian and Latina women started moving on him, all of a sudden everybody black had a problem. Why you with this girl? Why you with that girl? First and foremost, do you want to date me? No. Well then, why do
yeah,
you
why the
care
fuck
who
does
I'm
it
with?
matter?
Talking about C?
I'm talking about C. Yeah, but the same thing with Childish Gambino. Childish Gambino been the same
He
nerdy
said
guy.
it. He said black women never gave him a chance.
Yeah, they never gave him a chance, and now
interesting.
everybody's mad about what he's doing. It's like Childish Gambino been for the culture.
Jussie?
What's that dude name from Empire? Don't he date a white?
Jussie, he's gay.
Wait, what
No,
the-
not Jesse's the dude, the main dude.
Hakeem? I know you're talking about
Terrence Howard?
Maine. Yeah, Terrence Howard,
He with a white
Maine.
woman?
I don't know.
I
didn't
mean,
know
maybe.
I think he been
But he
bad.
light skinned, so I mean, I kind of
I
guess.
heard that he said something about like how he don't really like to deal with black women or something like that. I heard something.
There's a level that we don't talk about. Once you get money, there's a way
It's
you need
different.
to act. And if you
different.
ain't never grew up with money, you don't act that way.
That's also true. That's also true.
Because you'll always feel like you were a gold digger.
Always.
I mean,
Versus-
there's a certain level that when you see.
This is what they say. I don't agree with it because I'm black forever, no matter what.
No.
Facts.
I 100% agree with it. This is one of the few times we're going to break ranks.
I don't agree with it. They said there's a level of I ain't used to this type shit.
There's a lot of that. I ain't
But
used to
wait,
this
so
type shit.
you agree with what he said?
Who?
No, I agree with the opposite of what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm saying
I
there's
didn't say this.
I'm saying
I'm
that
not
I agree
saying
with
I
that
agree with
statement.
this.
I'm saying I agree with that statement.
Yeah, I
there's
heard
a
it.
lot of that. I've never been used to this type shit when you go places. Like that same person that we're talking about, C. He might just decide, fuck it, I'm going to Prague for a week. When he takes a black chick, they like, whoa, you could just do, like, they not used to a young black man who has money. And when you actually see how young black men who have money perform, like Jaden Smith, weird kid. At the
I
same
love him.
time,
He's so cool.
yeah, I know he's so cool, but he's the exact environment of what happens when your parents tell you can do anything that you want.
Yeah.
But when you have money like that, you don't look at things the same way people do.
What was his average amount on a date?
Oh, he's like 300, maybe 400 on a date.
On a date.
On a date.
On a date.
Wait,
On
that was his
average-
average amount spending?
Yeah, this is
on
the
a
average
woman?
amount he spends.
Wow.
Yeah, if he take you out, you going out for like the whole.
I was looking like, you good, bro. I want to be like you when I grow up.
I mean, you can be like him, dog. I told you, man. Get in this technology, dog. Anytime you ready. Anytime you
That
ready.
nigga.
You ain't got to be good to be a coder, nigga. You just got to know.
Hey, nigga, I'm on the way. I got 2 more semesters.
I know you on the way, nigga. That's why I kept telling people. You ain't got to be good to be a coder. You just
he
got to be able
good?
to just lit. Nah, he's excellent.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
like no, like
Oh, he does coding?
nigga, he the DevOps,
That was a
nigga.
joke. That was a joke.
Okay, all right, you funny.
Let's stop it.
Let's talk about this Area 51 bullshit.
Oh,
I
So
want to
pretty
be quick
much,
with it.
I thought it was a
Yeah.
Facebook group. You said it was a meme.
Well, it's a Facebook group that turned into a meme.
I'm going, by the way.
You're going?
Storming Area 51.
You realize that there's no way to do this.
I'm encouraging it.
Oh, I am encouraging you. 'Cause
And you know, if you run like Naruto,
you won't get hit by
you
the
won't get hit by
bullets?
the bullets.
That's not true, folks. For you black kids,
No.
use your brains. Let these white kids do it.
Yeah, we're gonna encourage them though.
I mean, we gonna go to Dragon Con and tell them they need to do it. Need a Naruto run.
Yeah, go do it. Naruto run.
Naruto run at
you
Dragon
run,
Con.
run with a weighted vest. The weight of it make you run faster.
That's not good. You gotta let the arms flap like you might fly if you let them flap.
You might fly if you let them
I
flap.
think.
y'all.
You think people gonna really show up?
I think probably like 10,000 people gonna show up.
Yeah, I think nerds gonna show up.
So it's like an organized event.
yeah. in
So yeah,
Nevada.
it's organized event with like too many people who said that they're
September
going to do
20th?
it. September 20th, 2019.
in Nevada.
So what are they supposed to do when they get there?
they gonna run.
So they're gonna run straight to the
Area
base.
51.
They're gonna. Now the problem is several things. One, I don't know if you've been through Nevada anytime recently. Anyone here?
They have a lot of water.
But
We've been there.
They don't have a lot of water.
A lot of
Second-
mountains.
Yeah, and there's also a lot of desert, and there's no clear map to Area 51. There's no like take this
Oh,
road.
it's a clear path. They got video
It's,
up.
it's a lot of desert.
I guarantee, bro. If they do it, they can get in there. I just don't
No,
think they're gonna find
I know
anything.
you can
They
get
said
in
we're gonna
there.
meet them aliens.
I know you can get in there between comparing the Google Earth stuff. Please, FBI, I'm not actually encouraging this. Between the Google Earth stuff and maps, you can find a way there. The problem is that y'all niggas realize they've got the border agents that they call them, or what do they call them?
I don't
Quarterlies. There's some weird term that they
It
have
ain't
for
enough
the
for them
agents.
if they get enough people.
Remember, this
they're not gonna
remember
shoot
Area
'em.
51 is splintered off of an actual Air Force base. There's 10,000 or so troops over there. If they bring them all over here,
If they get 100,000 people, they good.
if they bring 100,000 people, nigga, they gonna die immediately.
They're not gonna kill
They
them.
need at least.
No,
They need
I
at
don't
least
think they're
five.
gonna kill them either.
Nah, I think they're gonna kill
I
them.
think there's gonna be a lot of tear gas and a lot of rubber
They're
bullets.
not gonna kill them.
I think they're gonna kill
that's
them.
the. What
I
he
think
said.
they're gonna kill American
Armstead.
citizens, and I feel like that's gonna lead to the first non-world war because these niggas not really about it.
Nah, man, there's gonna be a lot of people out there with
I mean,
shields,
they supposed to be
tear
woke
gas.
too. Why they ain't getting them other aliens out of cages?
I mean,
Why they gonna free
I
them
told them about
aliens?
that. They need to free all the
They probably
aliens.
gonna capture a couple of y'all and bring y'all back.
They gonna put some of y'all in cages. I hope
I'm
y'all
just
ready.
saying that the Dragon Ball's there. Just wish a nigga would.
Wish Tupac back, nigga. Wish
Wish
Tupac
Tupac
back. He can come with a new name.
I'm just saying.
I pretend that's
Powder.
different.
What else is alien?
I mean, bring
Yeah.
Thanos, man. Get them.
Face huggers.
Yeah,
y'all
face
talking
huggers,
about
man.
Predator?
Mm-hmm.
What's no,
yeah.
not Predator, Alien.
But actually, since we just mentioned that, Avengers finally passed Titanic.
Finally.
Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah.
It didn't help. It didn't help. Not a black ass line. Ain't none of us got no money on that. Ain't none of us got no dog in this fight.
Why did you mention it?
I only mention it because I know
happened.
everybody's mentioning it, so I just
I
throw it in there.
don't even know.
All right, well, fuck that. I'm gonna just go on to the next topic then,
Go ahead.
which is Stuber. It was actually really great. I know
The
because-
movie?
Yeah, the movie's actually pretty good.
With the wrestler in it.
You know Drax. You know Drax from
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
It's
What's
him
that
and
wrestler
that and that Harold and
Batista.
Kumar guy. Riker here with one last update in post. Kumar from Harold and Kumar was played by actor Kal Penn. I'm not sure how I confused Kal Penn with Camille Nanjiani, but my bad. Yeah. It's the two of them together.
Oh.
Basically, the movie is...
Don't do
Can
Is
you
this
do a
on
spoiler alert?
Netflix or
Nah,
like
it's-
Nah, it just
theaters?
came out. It's
Spoiler
still
free.
free.
I want to see it.
Spoiler free?
I heard it was good.
Okay, all right. The spoiler-free version is this. It's good. The conservative brothers had me think that this was going to be like super pro-feminism. It's against toxic masculinity. Really, it's the merging of two different things. It's like you got the nerdy guy who's in touch with his feelings, and he has one way of dealing with things. And then you got like Batista's character, who's pretty much like, I'm a man's man. Like my dad left me in the desert with just a remove item that I'm not going to tell you. That way, you still get the scene. But basically, his dad was an abusive piece of shit. At the same time, that doesn't mean that
Made him tough.
attacking your problems head on isn't necessarily the best way for the majority of situations. But having the ability to be able to tell people that you love them and actually have a real conversation with them is an essential man skill, I think. But the movie itself, I think, is really good. You'll definitely enjoy it. Next week, I will be reviewing with spoilers I Got the Hookup Too by
Oh my
Master
goodness,
P.
man. You know what? I'm actually gonna.
A lot of black people been seeing that movie, dog.
I'm actually gonna
I
watch.
saw Lion King.
How was it?
How
I want to
was it?
see it. I
I
got
heard
mixed
it was
reviews.
trash.
Yeah.
It's a Beyonce concert.
It's a
Well,
Beyonce
everybody
concert.
knows Beyonce. Hey, y'all, I'm Nala. I'll wait till y'all see
Ever
it.
since I see her in Goldman, bro.
Everybody ain't seen it, right?
My goodness.
No. But
We'll wait.
does it follow the same plot as the original one?
For the most part, yes.
Then what does it matter? Like you've seen
No,
it.
it's just
All right, is it the
You gotta
voices
see
that
it.
throw you off?
So from 1 to 10, what do you think?
7. And I
Seven?
think
What?
the original was a
I feel like
10.
you're being generous.
Yeah,
like a
I'm
7.
okay. Then that's
I don't like
Yeah,
that.
that's not
Actually,
bad.
for you to say anything with Beyonce is 7, I am
You say
surprised, my
that's
nigga.
above average.
There's a lot of Beyonce singing in there though,
Is it?
and they took a song out.
So that's what I kept telling people, that Beyonce was gonna have a whole lot of tracks.
You remember what's the name? Fortunate favorite song in that movie?
Oh, they took that out.
They took it out. I don't remember it. I just
What
thought
the
about it.
fuck?
So they basically just made her the soundtrack.
Be prepared.
Pretty much.
They basically made her the soundtrack. All right, well, I mean, I guess the
And the way
Beyonce
Scar
stands.
looks,
So Scar don't look good.
Scar?
I ain't like the way.
They
Scar-
didn't make Scar, my
What?
nigga Scar,
I didn't even
the
like
nigga who
Y'all
was
seen-
right,
Did you like the way Simba looked?
aka the real king.
It don't work. It don't work. It didn't work.
So do you
So-
think it's like it looks too real?
It's some things aren't meant to be real. And
So
that-
basically,
that
Scar,
one
if
didn't
Scar don't
work.
look right, then that's already the
me,
movie
I didn't like
for
the
me.
way
Because
Scar
Scar was always the real
he
hero,
was.
as far as I'm concerned.
You look poor and hungry.
This nigga look like
Raggedy.
This nigga look like every SoundCloud
Raggedy.
rapper.
Compared to Mufasa, even in Mufasa case, I'm just like, Mane wasn't red enough, and it just, I want to do it when we all see it. So let's wait,
Okay,
because it ain't going. Go see it though.
all right.
Because
we will definitely.
it's
I'll
a
definitely
black
see it.
ass cast, and they changed the Kuna Matata.
They did?
What?
What?
Not the same.
No fucking way.
No fucking
That
way.
pisses me off.
This is making me angry. I'm gonna
Oh,
see this
man.
shit after I got the hookup too.
All right, we're gonna do. I got the hookup too. I'm gonna try to steal it on some.
Yeah.
Fire
If not,
stick.
you gonna have to go down to
yeah.
South Lake, because South Lake the only place playing it. But South
on
Lake
there?
been playing it consistently
That's what I'm
every
saying.
single night.
I gotta see the first.
It's been out. It's been out for literally 2 weeks, and they
You
still
know what
have
I got
I
the
didn't
hookup
know
is?
about it. Yeah,
Did you see the
yeah,
first
yeah. I don't. Let me hold on. No.
She like, I'm googling it.
I don't
Let
remember
me
it too
see.
much.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
I don't think you're that old, right?
Old enough.
Well, in that case, let's move on to the sports stuff, and this is gonna be your favorite topic.
What?
Whew. WNBA bans Williams for 10 games
They should expel
over
her from the
domestic
league.
abuse / brandishing a weapon.
They should.
Wait, what?
Okay, tell the story, Ari.
You tell the story.
You tell the story.
No, I need to save mine for my rant.
All right, we're gonna go with R. Williams. She's been suspended for 10 games without pay because of an incident that arose in April, where essentially she punched her then girlfriend in the head, and then when some guy was like, break it up, she basically pulled out a gun and threatened to shoot him with said pistol.
Yeah, she should be expelled from the league for that.
Yeah.
Or at least half a season. But 10 games of a 35 season, that's like almost 1/3 of a season.
Almost 1/3.
Almost 1/3. If it was a male, he would have got expelled from the league or at least half a season or the whole season.
Yeah, she
Keep
was
that
held
same
on
energy.
bond,
And
20,000.
where's the media covering this?
Oh, you know they're not gonna cover her because it's
Well,
patriarchy.
Well, first is the
What you say,
WNBA.
everyone
First
say-
is the WNBA.
Because how you are, you say
But
it don't matter.
we got to hold all athletes accountable, right?
Yeah.
If they consider them
Oh,
athletes.
I forgot the hair pulling. She pulled her hair as well.
Oh, man. She should be expelled from the
And
league.
then she used a skateboard to bang on the door. A
That
guy
sounds
tried to break it
ultra-violent.
up. and then she pulled a gun out from her car and aimed it at him, not towards him, not kind of up in the air.
Yeah, she should be.
She aimed it at him while threatening to kill him before driving
He
off.
gonna take a whole $35,000.
He gonna take all of the amount of money that she makes. I think it's
Wait,
$35,000.
so she beat up her girlfriend and she beat him up too?
No, he
for
tried-
trying to
she
help?
threatened. She threatened him with a pistol,
Oh.
pointed at him.
Gonna take her whole $35,000.
Why did she beat up her girlfriend again?
Because she was feeling like.
Because domestic abuse and lesbian relationships is very underreported, but
Yeah.
a lot of people know that they be beating each other ass. But
I
it's
mean-
never gonna be a thing they talk about.
Low key is a fair fight though.
It is a fair fight.
Fair fight.
It's like two gay guys. Two gay guys get into a fight, and I'm gonna be like, "Look, was he that much bigger than you? No. Well then, nigga, I'm sorry. What happened? Like, I'm not gonna feel bad for you
Damn, that was a good one.
if you 6 foot and he's 6 foot and the two of y'all niggas fight. I mean, that's a fair
Usually
fight.
one of them niggas smaller than the other one.
I mean, sometimes with the
I saw a couple walking down the street, and it was like two big ass black dudes. I was just like, which one of y'all are like y'all?
who's the Ute,
They were
who's the
holding
stem,
hands.
who's the Ute and who's the stem? No one knows.
Who's the girl in this situation?
The stem is what you're asking about.
Bro, I
not
don't
the
know
Ute.
that weird terminology.
I'm saying that because that's the genre of manga that women like, with two gay men.
I don't know anything about that.
Very, very interesting.
Really, I know top and bottom. I didn't hear about this.
See, top and bottom is more of a general term.
Yeah.
You know, you got your power bottoms and you've got your tops.
When he generates the power from the bottom, right?
Exactly. The power bottoms generates the power from the bottom.
Yeah, so like a
It's
power.
basically just a
That's
a
it's always sunny in
bossy
Philadelphia.
bottom is basically what you could call it. Bossy bottom, I think, is nice, but gay men.
You are
don't
talking about this entirely too long.
Nah, man, I'm gonna keep that shit in
I
there.
wish I had
At
to.
least you're educated about it.
Hey, man, I try to be educated on a lot of different things.
Yeah, he looked up a lot of movies and films on it.
I mean, I've not seen any films or movies on this.
Now you know you don't see one. You just weren't trying to find it.
Nah.
This just happened. You just clicked the wrong thing,
And then just
and then you was like, ah!
didn't stop it.
I definitely think he stopped it because of nothing. Keep going.
All right, so we're going to talk about Aisha Curry got rolled over by the internet because she does not know how to hit the Millie Rock on every block.
That's not surprising though.
Every block?
On every
Not
block.
surprising.
I mean, the fact that she can't. Come on, y'all. She is a Christian woman, and y'all need to
They
keep
hate her Christian
name.
conservative ass.
Y'all need to keep her name out your mouth in this instance. Last week when she made the joke about, I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but last week when she made the joke about the 12-inch making an innuendo to Steph Curry's dick size, and him
doubt.
being like, oh my God, why are we doing this? Like, that was, y'all
Wait,
can
where'd she
drag
do
her for
that at?
So basically they were eating hot dogs, and she was like, ho, 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 this is 12 inches. And this nigga Steph put his head down. He was like, oh my God.
She's just corny.
Why are you doing? No, but he had like the whole like, I can't tell you that stop, but I'm gonna let you have this.
This is why she's corny.
Well, no,
knows it.
he was the way he looked at it. It seemed like he was like, look, if I tell her to stop now, I'm not gonna fuck tonight. So I'm gonna let her have this corny ass joke, so I can have peace in my life.
We gotta ask, why do black women hate her?
I think a lot of black women hate her because they ain't her. I mean, to take that from the movie that was released on Netflix about Kim Jong Un, but they hate her because she
Aisha,
isn't that.
why do
isn't-
you feel like people like black women hate her?
You ever read the comments?
The comments
Not
are mostly
really.
for black women.
I don't really care about her, so.
Well, if you read the comments on Twitter, it's oftentimes black women who are trying to roll her. Now, you do have a large amount of effeminate black men who also jump in there, but
No, that's 'cause they bitches.
jump in everywhere. So
Yeah.
they
it's really
jump
not
in
a good
everywhere.
barometer. But a lot of women just come for her. And the thing that's just so interesting about it is
They come
me
for
go to
her,
her
but love
Instagram.
Cardi.
correct. That is the interesting part.
You wanna know why they love Cardi?
Because Cardi B
Because she's a
stands
hood
for the
bitch.
Because
Well,
because no matter how much she changed, they know where she came from.
Exactly.
They got dirt on her, but they ain't got dirt on Aisha Curry.
Correct.
Right? Because they can always say, bitch, you used to be a stripper.
You used to trick men and you used drugs. Whereas Aisha Curry, it's like, oh shit, you followed all the rules that we told people they should do, found the right nigga.
And you got a good man, and
Yeah, you got a
technically,
good man.
it's nice to have him, but you could probably be successful on your own.
Yeah, they don't like the fact that Aisha Curry, if she hadn't met Steph Curry, would have been
She
her
wouldn't-
whole ass woman who's had a whole ass life, who would have been semi-famous in like a
if
E-list
she
celebrity.
didn't have him,
I don't know
Yeah.
about semi-famous. She
I
would have
don't
been
think
okay,
that.
though.
I feel like she would have been semi-famous in like a, oh, you've got that show.
She's too conservative.
No, she's exactly the kind of conservative.
Yeah, but she's not conservative enough for the white people to be like, I fuck with you, and she too conservative for the black people to be like, I fuck with you.
I I disagree on that, but I can see your point.
Correct.
She definitely would have to straddle the lines a lot better to keep her audience intact.
You look confused.
I am very confused.
Go ahead.
Say that again, the conservative part. You say she's too conservative for the black people to fuck with her. I understand that, but what about the white part?
She's not conservative enough for white people.
How not? She's a
The fact
fucking
that
show
have you
one
seen
like
some of the
that.
dresses that she's wearing?
She still goes to the black mantle, and she believes in the racism and the globalism to some degree, and feminism to some degree. But she think that it has its limits.
That will get her out of white women.
We got to
right
go
there.
with more specific statements, which my phone dead. So, oh, you got this. Oh, look at
Yeah.
Well, we'll come back to that. Hold on. So you think she's conservative?
Me?
No.
Yeah.
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 Ellison, what do
Too
you think?
conservative?
No, I think no. I don't. I'm on her page right now. I'm trying to look.
Yeah,
I just think
her
she's-
outfits are too liberal for conservatives.
Like you ever watch Fox News?
No.
Oh,
Okay,
What?
so you spared yourself from listening to how the other half lives.
they're bullshit.
I mean, they are bullshit, but you need to know what they're talking about. All right, Ellison. Now that you've had a
Friday.
quick glance, what do you think?
I don't think she's
you
too
do that.
conservative.
You don't think she's too conservative? You think she could
No.
do well with the white folks?
Yeah.
What about the
Why
black
not?
ones?
Yeah.
How many conservative black women you know?
Damn, pulling your conservative card. Quick.
My grandma.
Okay, well, in that case, then maybe this isn't the best game for you.
She not be too conservative.
Talking to my conservative friends, I know a little bit too much about conservatism. They always be wanting to send me these little links and articles, and I be
Only
like,
conservative women
you know,
I
this
know
is
live
Fox
in the
News.
middle of fucking nowhere.
Now these people, they live in the know.
I don't know any conservatives. Like that's it. And they like from the country and they church going 7 days a week. Got
Oh,
husbands, those
yeah,
kind
I
of
know
stuff.
those ones, too.
Yeah, those conservatives, but they'll still do that black power shit. But when it comes to abortion, they gonna be like, hell no.
Yeah,
That's why
don't.
they got 7 kids now.
Exactly. They don't believe in abortion. But all right, this
I got a
is
question for her.
Oh,
Don't you
go
think
ahead.
I
it's
knew you were
weird
gonna-
that all black women are liberals?
most black women. You mean?
Why is that weird to you? Like, what do you mean?
There has to be the reason I always question the Democratic Party. The reason I started questioning them is because of Obama, and when I was going through the whole healthcare thing. And I remember when he announced it and everything, I was like a super Obama guy, and he was like, "Yeah, we're gonna do a public option," which I thought was the balance between where they're at now, well, where we're going eventually. I
Correct.
guess
Between this and socialism.
The difference between a public option and just free healthcare. A public option exists where people are paying into it, but you don't. It's that on top of the private economy. But versus this, everybody's gonna pay into it, and they're just gonna get rid. They say they're not gonna get rid of your insurance. Your insurance is gone. Don't let them
gonna
lie
be
to you.
gone.
Your insurance is gone. Like all the insurance companies gonna be like, fuck that. I ain't paying both of them. Gone. And when Obama lied about that and made this whole corporate greed still allowed, I didn't like that, and that made me go a little bit more on the left because would that be the right?
That'd be the right.
Hand of God, right? Anyway, it made me start questioning everything. I was just like, why am I a fucking Democrat? Why do I support this shit? Why do I everything? Now that moved me to the middle. I would say I'm more to the middle. And then I always wonder why women don't question it, but he answered it for me. I just wanted to hear you say it.
What was your answer?
Go ahead.
His answer, to be exact, was Republicans don't have nothing to offer women.
That is correct. Republicans have nothing to offer women. Liberals offer women the ability to do what they want, to be able to say that we're going to be the guiding light, to say that we deserve everything that men have and more. Whereas conservatives offer women security, which is something that they get on the liberal side anyway. And that's really it. I mean, the family values thing, when has that ever made a woman wet?
So you don't
Never.
feel like a woman is equal to a man?
Do I feel that a woman
You
is equal
don't?
to a man?
No, why?
We're not comparative.
Well,
we're not comparative.
so I don't
Are we
feel
not
that-
two people?
No, I don't feel that we're
Not
comparable in that
equitable.
sense.
Yeah.
But I don't feel that when it comes to men and women that we share the same specifics. So to be specific about that,
Yeah.
when it comes to like me, my job is to make money. That's it. Like that is my sole job as a man starting out. Now, once there are kids in the picture, then it's to be more of a provider and to instill discipline. But I feel like I have a nurturing for children. Like I definitely like, people always call me like the baby whisperer because like little kids, they fall asleep because again, I love children. But at the same time, I am here to instill discipline. But to instill discipline, you have to also have the opposite of that, which is to also love children. To be like, hey, like you're someone that we need to protect, we need to take care of, and to grow you in the right way. But that is my job. If I had things my way, I wouldn't want my wife to work because I feel that part of what we miss. Really?
No, I don't want her ass to work either.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Okay.
wouldn't want my
I
woman to
think
work.
that parents do better when you have one parent that is home, and I could be that parent. I mean, in
Well,
some
put it like
world-
this: not work full time.
Yeah. Well, not work full time, not have to work. Like to
Yeah.
be able to have a flexible schedule. Like I would still want my wife to do something like managing the household funds. Like you see all the money in the pot, you divide it up, you write yourself your own allowance checks, that kind of stuff. But I don't want it to be like to where we both have careers and we have things going, because that never ends well for the child. And at some point, you got to figure that out. Now, if she can earn this $300,000, then sure, I will retire and be a stay-at-home dad. But if you can't earn this $300,000, then we're going to have to make some sort of level of cuts. Now, luckily, the person I'm dating currently, like, she's in a career path where she'll be able to start working from home and doing things, so that'll help out. It doesn't completely eliminate that, and I'm not saying that I'm just going to be like, all right, I'm only earning money, I'm not coming to no Lamaze classes or any of the other, like, nurturing things that you need to do along the way. But I feel that you're able to do things better if everybody has a specific set of roles, and this is something that you fill.
Okay.
Whereas,
with all that, what he just said, that's exactly what I'm saying. Roles. We have
Gender
different
roles?
You're not into gender roles?
That's a societal thing. It's a social construct.
Man,
it's not real.
everything's made up. Stay woke.
Yeah, but it's not real. So, like,
everything's
why?
not real
But
if
why
you
do we
keep
have
going
to
to that.
follow it? You can create your
Well, no,
own
no, you
gender
can't.
roles.
Because it does not. Because
Well,
until
that's what he's gonna get
Because
into.
it works. Because if it does, you prove me that your way works. Because you're just making it up and hope that.
well,
it
no,
works.
what you should have done. So let me make your argument for you. The last 30 years we've had of
Black families.
black families writing things have been black people not staying together because why would you? Whereas your white counterparts are mostly sticking together because they have things that they're getting passed down, and they're only getting passed down when you follow daddy's rules or mama's rules or the family rules. I've seen people who are like, I would love to date you, but I can't because my dad will literally write me the fuck out of the will. That shit is racist and it's terrible, but they have a family that says, look, we have things, and if you want some of this pot, you're gonna follow these guidelines. Black people don't have guidelines.
Right.
As far as like things that we say every black person has to do. But that part is why like we are a monolith, but we're not a monolith. Because white people, regardless of whether we want to admit it or not, and I know that Fortunate's gonna have a problem when he listens to this, but and Fortunate's one of our podcast friends. But white people perform as a monolith. Like when Kevin Spacey got off this week, nobody on the media they were all on code. They didn't talk about that shit at all. You had to go find that shit in the paper. They didn't say
I didn't even hear about
an
it.
attempted rapist
Right.
got off because his accuser was too afraid to come forward. Like, how fucked up is it that the state is like, we can't even do the trial? It doesn't matter about the evidence. They're like, well, the guy doesn't want to come forward and talk about how Kevin Spacey harassed him and did things to him. Our case is done. All right, well, pack it up, guys. Let's go. Like, Kevin Spacey's gotten off not once but twice. But white people stay on code for that kind of stuff. Black people, we don't stay on code.
Chaos.
We are willing to destroy people like
Each
R.
other.
Kelly just as easily as we're
Hold
willing
on,
to
we
des-
didn't destroy
Whoa,
R.
whoa,
Kelly.
whoa, whoa.
We didn't destroy R.
Let me
Kelly.
finish. Let me
No,
finish.
we've known since high school. We didn't destroy R. Kelly.
Okay, we're willing to jump in the destroying of R. Kelly.
Correct.
Just as much as we're doing Cuba Gooding Jr., who by all witness accounts was actually trying to avoid the chick and put his girlfriend on his lap to try to get her, and she still accused that man of rape. Now I'm pretty certain he's going to get out.
His girlfriend accused him of rape.
No. So a third party was partying with them.
Yeah.
She kept trying to like dance on him and stuff. Eventually he sits down, got his girlfriend on one side, got the other chick on the other side. Other girl keeps trying to like get into his lap or try to do sexy things with him. He moves the girlfriend on top of her and she's still trying to holler. Then she turns around, flips it and says that he raped me and did all these other things. They still take that man in cuffs. They still have tarnished his name. Now, I'm certain that he's going to win that, but that's going to stick with him forever.
Right.
Whereas we've known
That's a racial thing.
Kevin
though.
Spacey, Epstein, Trump. We've known these people ain't shit for a long time, but you
Yeah.
never hear anybody going, yeah, man, I definitely believe Trump is a rapist. In fact, Republicans won't even acknowledge that Trump has sexual problems, such as getting peed on by prostitutes in Russia.
So
which-
in essence, you're saying that white people stick together.
yeah, white people stick
More
together
than we
on
do.
code. And also part of it is white media. Like black people, we don't own anything. Like we tried to put together
Yeah.
news.
We did.
We
We
tried to
sold
put
it.
together news one, but that didn't really happen. And that was only because we basically sold off BET. That was like our old. We actually had a whole station. We had BET. And the moment that Home Skillet could get $500 million, he said, fuck this.
Deuces.
I will see y'all niggas later.
Yeah.
But the narrative is generally speaking the things that the dumbest of us can see. Because everyone here, we're all somewhat educated. I don't know if everyone here is in college or everything, but we at least seem to kind of have a verbose vocabulary, which generally means that you've been educated, either formally or informally. But the least of us are the ones who are like, oh, well, I read on Facebook, and it's just like, that is becoming what we have. We are a
Yeah.
society run on Facebook and run on these other things. And even when we try to make quote unquote new black media, a lot of it just kind of goes towards
It's
the
ratchet.
far ratchet or the far like conservative right stuff where like you got like Professor Black Truth, which I love hearing the side of the story, or even Judah. Like I love hearing their side of the story
Judah.
because we need that kind of stuff. But at the same time,
They won't do both on the same channel. When you have to do both. That's how you educate people.
But you can't have that kind of thing because Professor like Judah,
That's like
Judah has some views on women that I definitely disagree with.
One thing that he said to me that kind of fits with this conversation about black women, he calls them agent of chaos because they fall on 3 mantles. The first one, feminism, white feminism. Not feminism, white feminism. Number 2, globalists. They want everybody to get the fucking along, and racialists. And when they show or portray black women in media, it's going to be those 3 things. If you look at it, like this woman this week with this whole, what do you say, get out my store or go back to where you came from?
Yeah.
That's 2 of them. That's racial and then that's feminism. They always put women, now I'm not saying black women operate like that, but they put you guys in 3 different predicaments and that's all they do with black women. They use them. Like with Trump, I think he had a bigger plan than that, but nobody gives him the credit for that. We're not
going to give a charlatan credit.
Let's go back to this Trump thing. Trump told those women to go back to where they came from, whatever, right? Those 4 things, they fit things that's going to fit in their narrative. They're women and they're super liberal. Those women are super liberal, all of them. But at the same time, AOC and Nancy Pelosi was arguing with her, right? They were arguing because one of them is super liberal and she's basically a Republican. Nancy is the leader
Nancy
of the
Pelosi
Democratic.
is basically
All right,
conservative.
So they were arguing like the week before then, all right? And then Trump says that, and he puts them on the same path because she had to come out there and defend them. So what Trump did, people hate super liberals. It is what it is. You think they do?
I mean, I definitely agree. But people hate super liberals because super liberals want this far off future that most people can't think. It's kind of like power law like 43. Like definitely stand for change, but never too much. And super liberals want all the change immediate. Like we about to do a new Green Deal, and we about to say that women can get abortions up to 40 weeks. And we also could be really bad. Oh yeah, we want all men to get vasectomies at age 16, and then if you want to, or you get married by 30, then you can get the surgery to reverse it back. And it's like, those are great. But you're also not taking into account the fact that the new Green Deal is a guideline. So even if we all pass that shit, it's a guideline. Niggas will ignore it. Secondly, going back to the vasectomy thing, do you really think you want to make teenage boys have no accountability for their actions? At least now, the threat of pregnancy kind of keeps men somewhat in balance. You gonna tell a whole bunch of niggas they can stick their dick in whatever they want at 16 years old and have no consequences? It's probably not a good way to go about it. But the way that things should be going, I think, Ari, that's kind of like your point always is that we need the conservatives and the liberals to a certain extent so that we kind of get this middle path of the new Green Deal, sure, let's pass it, but take into account people don't have to follow. But this vasectomy thing, too far. But now it just seems to be like we've got Democrats just
I forgot
perpetually
what we was
losing.
talking
I did too.
about. What was the original?
I'm like, wait, how do we get here?
What was the original?
So the original thing was
when we went to the global, and then we went to the roles, and then we went here. Okay.
Yep.
So the question I asked you, that's why, like, even when we talk about roles, I wanted to go back to that because you said they're made up. When we was talking about roles, he said something to me that I hate to agree with. Whoever makes the most money wears the pants in the household. Do you agree with that? Instead of you just you still gotta make them feel like a man.
Well, no,
because
you
that's ego.
don't have to. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
But to quote Beyonce, I can find another you in a minute, and that's something that we don't talk about because I've known niggas who got divorced and are doing better than they ever doing, and their significant other or ex-significant other is mad about them. But it's like it don't cost much for a nigga who doing well to do better.
You
Right.
Like
nurture
once you
your
make the
man's
first
ego?
million, the second's
would.
easy.
Okay.
Or the third easy, the fourth easy. Like making the first million is the hard part. Like plenty of rich people have told me that, and plenty of niggas I know who are about to be rich have told me that. Once you if you know and have a system for making money, then it really just becomes you don't have to do anything, but just know that somebody can replace you, and that's a hard thing for most people to get because no one likes to admit that human beings are replaceable, and also we go somewhat on whims, even men to a certain extent. Like if you see
I
a
think women are way more
bad chick,
whimsical.
if you see a 10 out of 10, the girl that you love right now on Instagram, you know exactly the one I'm talking about. You got to say her name because she didn't pay you no money. But if she were to come to you right now and tell you we're moving to Kansas, you'd be like, babe, which how you want to transport my
actually say
stuff?
no.
You would say no?
Yeah.
No, you would not.
Who the fuck wants
I'll
to
be
go to
right
Kansas?
back. I'll be back.
Nigga, you be like, so can we do this podcast on the air?
Yeah, I'm like, we're gonna have to figure. I'm gonna call in.
But what I'm saying is that there is some best of all possible worlds person out there for everyone. Not saying that you're all going to get them, but at the same time, we need to admit that money is one of those things that gets people oftentimes the best of all possible worlds. Look at the Snapchat guy. The nigga looks ugly as shit. He's banging models right now. Why? Because
I've never seen him.
he's
I don't know what
he's
he
not
looks
really
like.
as ugly. I'm really joking about the WhatsApp guy. He was terrible, but now he's married to a supermodel.
I don't think it matters how you look if you got
Yeah,
money.
exactly.
Exactly. But that's the thing that we don't tell
That's
people.
like when like last week we said with abortions. Abortions are only for poor people.
Yeah,
'Cause
abortion.
if you
No,
rich-
not just last week. We said that literally like every week
time we
for the
mention
last
abortion.
like 4 weeks.
She ain't getting no abortion if you got it.
Yeah, she ain't getting no abortion if you got it. Look at Drake.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
Generally
Okay, no.
speaking.
Let her state her
I
case.
don't
Go ahead. I
State
want
your
you to
case.
say it
Because it's not really a monetary issue. It's a if I want this or not issue. It's like my body type of thing. So let's say that happened between us, right? Let's say you were the richest man on earth, but I didn't want my kid. I don't care if you make $1 million. If I don't want it, I'm not having it.
You have a better. What's the word I'm looking for?
Grasp of reality than most people.
Okay, that's fine. Like you have a moral compass.
That's
Right.
probably
I
better.
believe that moral compass goes a whole bunch of different directions if you ain't never thought about it like that. Because if he got money, I believe. So you believe?
I do.
Yeah,
I
okay.
understand what you're saying. I do agree
Okay.
with that. Where some girls will have children with like whoever
Yeah, it's only
who
my
has
body,
money
my
because
choice.
yeah,
Moneybag
yeah.
Girls ex.
Right.
Yeah, I believe that
Right.
only matters if even if he's ugly, don't even matter.
Well, I
Right,
think
'cause they're
part of it
set
is
for, like-
that it's hard for you to conceptualize the fact that there could be someone who has so much money that you could live the rest of your life
And I do shit.
and not have to do anything less than what you want.
But for me, it's not about money. It's about
Well, you're better than that.
even if you have money, that who's to say that we're even compatible? Like,
Well,
I would want my kid to have a
I hear
2-parent
that.
household, not just a dad who's rich. Like, I don't
You're
care
good.
about that.
You're-
I know, but that,
You
but
might
that,
have
puts,
a
but
good-
that's,
yeah.
that's what we're saying about a moral compass.
Yeah.
because a lot of people don't have a moral compass.
Yeah, because if I got Beyonce pregnant,
I want you to have it. That's
I
our
want you
baby.
to have it. Like
That's
I,
our baby.
Let's go to Georgia, Alabama, so you can't get rid of it. I hold her in there. I'm like,
Nigga, that's called kidnapping.
then I want the kid.
That's called kidnapping.
Then I want the kid.
Don't be
Kevin
like
Garnett,
Ice. Don't be like
$100,000 a month.
But the main example that I guess will prove your point is that we don't joke a lot about these creepy guys who have molested or done things to women. At the same time, I forget which comedian said it, but he was like, so you telling me right now, you're going to tell your son not to fuck the girl version of Kevin Spacey if she going to put him in $1 million career? And then basically a lot of guys were like, son, you're going to have to just suck this one up and just go ahead and take this one for the team.
A lot of
Because
dudes would just do that. Wouldn't even think twice about it.
Yeah.
I remember I was with a guy. He was in a situation like that where he could have just banged a girl and she could have gave him money. He didn't do it.
yeah.
But I think he really had a moral compass. Now, I bet if we were to go back, he would do it. Mm-hmm. But whatever.
She was going to give a lot of money, too, on top of that.
That's good that you have that. So,
I think a lot of people don't.
since we do have a woman in here, what do you think about the Georgia abortion law?
I think it's bullshit.
How long is too long?
Yeah, how long is too long?
As far as getting rid of it,
Yeah.
Yeah, we were saying 16 weeks.
that's too long.
3
Like
months.
anything past 3 months.
That's in past 3 months for me.
Yeah, we were saying 16 weeks. Before we said 12, and
I said 12.
Ideally,
You were
ideally
6.
before it was 20,
Yeah.
but then I think we settled on 16.
I would say definitely like no more than the first trimester, but probably around like 10 weeks.
Well, the first trimester is where we're at now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, first trimester is where we're at now.
I
That's
think
why
that's
it's a
not
problem.
long enough to know if you're pregnant.
Yeah, because the
I
problem
don't
is
think that's fair.
because we addressed that.
How is
what
that
would be
not?
3
That's a
podcasts
fucking
ago?
long time. Like,
It's like 6 weeks now or 5 weeks.
No, it's 6 weeks total.
6 weeks.
So the thing is,
wait,
is
so you
that-
can't go past 6 weeks.
Yeah, you can't go past 6 weeks. But the problem is that the first 4 weeks you generally don't know you're pregnant.
Yeah,
Correct,
yeah.
until you miss your
yeah.
period. Then you got to pick up $500 out of nowhere, which they know
Right.
the average person ain't got $500 in their
Average
bank
person
account.
can't even do any kind of emergency. $300
Right.
emergency for the average person does not happen,
Do you feel like
which
that
is
was-
scary.
Well, I think I talked about this already before, but do you think that was really made for black people or for white people?
We already talked about that.
Well,
we
black
know it's
people
for
have
white
no
people.
problem aborting babies.
Yeah, black people
It's
have
for
no
white
problem
people.
with abortions.
Yeah.
This is for white people.
Yeah, black people.
This is the
Bitches
this is
have like 10
the
abortions, like what? And it's like birth control. What? Wait, I don't
exactly.
care.
I mean, no, he-
No. I understand. I hate that. Like,
See, yeah,
I
But
hate
but
that
that's the
concept.
but that's
I
the-
don't like that either.
But that's the problem is that we have perpetually had a society where we, for the last 30 years, have been running a very different experiment and it has not been working out for us.
I don't think it should be used as birth control. And then that's where we come into Judah and his feminist mantle. Never join them white feminists in their fight because remember, their fight goes home with their kings while they leave your ass home alone with your government subsidies. That's why I don't like feminism. I think it's toxic because it's never,
See,
and it's
I
current.
think now
Currently.
we're jumping forward too far. I think
Current.
I think current feminism does have many problems.
Toxic.
And we've talked about that.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of toxic masculinity as well. But I feel like both these things are yin and yang. Like we've reached the point now where like you got some men who think, oh yeah, my girlfriend should always have to have sex with me. It just is what it is. And it's like, all right, that's way too fucking like that's.
I'm not touching that one.
Exactly.
Hell
But there's a small but vocal subset of men who believe that. But at the same time, there's some women who believe, oh yeah, I should just be able to do whatever, and my man should just accept it. And it's like, no, that's not a relationship.
We had a phone conversation like that this week where this girl was like, what did she say? I want to be in a relationship with you, and then I could have a relationship with the girl.
She's not gonna listen to this podcast. You fine.
Yeah.
You can see.
So the dude was like, then you're just cheating on me. So can I get me a girlfriend too? And she was like, no. Then he said, okay.
What she said was, she said, I'm a woman. I want me to have another woman to please me in a different way sexually. But you cannot have another woman unless the woman that I'm with wants to mess around with you, then that's fine.
That makes sense.
But at the same time, I was like, well, what if I'm not attracted to that woman? Or what if that person's not attracted to that woman? You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so that's not fair, so on my part or on their part. So
how come you get another woman and I can't get another woman?
Yeah, and I can't get another woman. And they was like, well,
that's only fair.
And what she said was, she was like, well, if I'm your woman, what other woman do you need?
Which is
but if that's
ironic.
Your man, why do you need another
Exactly.
woman?
If I'm your partner, you gotta just change the word. If I'm your partner, why you need another partner?
Yeah.
She said, I don't know.
You could have taken that.
I really wanted to ask her, what can a woman do for you that a man can't?
Well, no. You could have taken that full Nelson and been like, all right, Now this is torpedoing your entire relationship. So do not use this trump card unless you're willing to go with it. But you know exactly where I'm going to go. All right, well I'm gonna bring another man in here, and then at that point in time, she's gonna be like, hold up, you just said what? Be like, no, you remember you bringing another woman in here? I'm gonna bring another man in here.
I'm gonna bring my homie. We're gonna double smash you like a sandwich.
Exactly. She could be like, oh, I thought you meant that you and your homie. No. We're not like that. But I feel best when, homie at the back, me at the front. Or me at the back, homie at the front.
Like, yeah, bro.
I mean, that's cool, right? And then at this point, she'll have problems. And it'll be like, but that's the problematic part in your statement. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and then I'll give a personal experience. Like, I had someone who, she had an ongoing thing with the dude. It was basically just a head exchange, pretty low rate. Nothing like pretty big, but at the same time, I was like,
I can't have my girl suck another dick, bro.
I get that y'all can't.
I'd rather her fuck him than suck his dick.
I get that you can't.
Okay, whatever.
At the same time, she didn't believe in protection, so that's a whole nother.
Wait, but why? I feel like having sex is more intimate than.
You gotta suck a dick.
See, no. The thing about it is, while that is more intimate and makes logical sense, the illogical part of our monkey brains is the fact that you can't think of another guy being like, yeah, that's right. Take this dick all the way down that throat, because that's something where it's like, I gotta talk to you, knowing that this has gone. Yeah, you got.
Ain't gonna be.
She never did that to me. But there was one time I was like, "Why?"
It's just like you had to put the effort in, and you got you could just lay there and have sex.
I feel like that's more submissive.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the part. That's the part that we said, because we had this to Ellison, to give you some context. We had this debate before in a previous podcast. We said, would you rather come in on your girl having sex from the back, or would you rather her be giving somebody a blowjob? And we unanimously chose getting hit from the back, because none of us could conceptualize the girl doing it. And part of it is the submissive nature of the act, but also because it's
even from the back as much as
in today's society, as much as there's sex in our face, it's as much fellatio. And I feel like that's part, the specialness of that act is what makes it more egregious an offense than if you just catch your girl just laying there while some guy is just going to town on her.
You walk in her house and her head just.
It's really hard for men to conceptualize. Again, I get that it's irrational. You're right. You should be more mad about a guy. You should be more mad about a guy.
And then you know she gonna do it better than him because he don't get it that often, and she gonna act different with him when you get it all the time. It ain't gonna be the damn same.
Well, that wasn't true in the case that I'm talking about, and he is stupid. In this case,
but he know what the fuck I'm talking about.
We do know what you're talking about.
So she had that ongoing relationship before you guys
before we even started.
You agreed to it, and
she told me about it. I was like, does this mean I can get that? I can have does this mean that we're gonna be open? She was like, yeah. And then I started getting my DMs started getting wet, and then all of a sudden she was like, oh no, this is too much. And I was like, all right, you know what? Why don't you cut off your thing, which she did. I'm gonna cut off the things I haven't even got into, which I did.
After you did it, right?
No, I should have.
Man. Cause she already was doing it. That ain't even felt.
Yeah, man, you should've done that one.
She got one up on you.
I mean, I should have jumped.
Extra life,
It was 3
mushroom.
swimming pools,
Yep.
man. I didn't get in all 3 of them. I had to cut them all off, and they were all down with it too, man. Poly community can be awesome sometimes. It can be absolutely awesome, or it can be hell. One of the
I
two.
don't know. I ain't ever done into the poly.
Oh no, the poly community is
into
awesome
that.
if you're into that lifestyle. But the main point here is that for that person,
Polygon.
she was not really great about the fact that we have to both be getting something out of it. It can't just be a one-way exchange, and that's what it seems like she wanted. She wanted a one-way exchange
Yeah.
at your expense. Person who we were talking to.
That's selfish and irrational.
For monkeys who were like, oh my God, there's a lever for pleasure. And she's
I
like,
know damn
oh,
well.
there's 2 levers for pleasure. And you're like, wait a second, I don't get a second lever. Like, where my second pleasure lever?
Maybe because I guess a dude would never have that conversation in public. I guess if you want.
Well, a lot of men won't because they won't want to.
'Cause we don't talk about shit like I want 2 women. I never heard a dude, even a dude, like they'll cheat, but they're never gonna say I just want 2 girls.
I mean,
That's
well,
what a threesome is, though.
No. They want
like
2
a
girls.
Talking
relationship.
about, like, y'all
Oh.
in the same house.
Like, they just want, you know, like an ongoing thing where, like, you know.
Would you even consider that?
What, a throuple?
Yeah.
No.
See, you wouldn't consider throuple, but the throuple person I know of, she's the person in the best relationship. Now, for her, it's her boyfriend, her husband. And they work together, they pool their money together.
Oh,
they
so
their
the guys are
resource-
bisexual? Like
No.
they
No,
all...
so one guy is asexual. He doesn't really
Okay.
like sex. And the other guy is, you know, regular.
Hold on, he doesn't bang her?
Nah.
That's the husband.
So why is
husband,
he
yeah.
there? What's the...
Why is the husband there?
He
Because
loves
No,
because
the
they love each
asexual
other.
one.
Yeah, that's the
So they
that's
have an
the husband.
emotional connection, but nothing
Yeah, they have a
physical.
very deep emotional connection.
Yeah, he be
and that's
chilling.
what the part that's awesome for watching their relationship is,
What's
you
up,
know,
bro?
sometimes
You done, bro?
Exactly. Exactly. You finished? Come on, man. Help me with
Come
this
on,
Call
bro.
of Duty.
Hey, wash your hands.
But I mean, sometimes they all sleep together. Sometimes, you know, just 2 of them. Sometimes just one person.
She's in the middle.
Yeah, she is in the middle. It's not like that. Not like that. It's not like bro, husband, her. Nah, it's not like that. It's bro,
Yeah, but what if she get out
her,
the bed and go to
husband.
the bathroom?
Oh no,
Now y'all
for
both in the
her
bathroom.
it's hard.
Nah, you
'Cause
just
she
over it.
she talks about that all the time, but she's like, and then when I want to get out the bed, I gotta like do like a little wiggle through the covers
Nah, man,
and come out the
when
other
she
side.
when she get up and get out of bed, you gotta wake one of us up.
No. She wiggles out of the bed out the center to disturb everyone the least.
That just feel like a situation that's gonna get real gay right
Yeah, I
there.
couldn't.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's interesting, though. I never heard of like a
It'll work.
a
Why not?
throuple that
Especially if one of them
wasn't
not
2
having
women.
sex with her. He don't have sex with her at all.
I mean, I think it's
Rare?
very, very rare.
Okay.
Then what's the point of him being there?
But you know what? There was a
He's the
Yeah,
person she
yeah.
had an emotional
Yeah.
connection with.
But if she has both, like a emotional and a physical connection with the husband, why do you need the extra person for?
No. She has an emotional connection with the husband. The boyfriend is the emotional and physical connection.
Yeah, she has that with the boyfriend. Then screw the husband. Like what is
Because
he
she
there
knew the
for?
husband first. She believes in these vows. White women do.
They're white. Makes
course.
sense now.
No nigga
Okay,
gonna
that
do no
makes
shit
sense
like
now.
No.
Ain't no real
I've known
nigga.
I know the black throuple, but there was
No
like
real nigga gonna sit
Was
no
it 2
beer with no
women?
bitch and no nigga.
The black throuple?
no,
you
the
talking about,
black
man?
Sound like a
throuple,
song.
the black throuple was the same thing.
No
Ain't
bitch,
no
no
real
real
nigga
nigga
gonna
gonna sit
song.
no here, no bitch and no nigga.
All right, nigga shit done. No, there was a black throuple that was the same thing.
Yeah.
The difference with that one is
Yeah,
that
you don't lost
the
your
boyfriend had like a baby
double
mama
gig.
/ side chick
Okay.
who was causing drama,
Bitch, I
and
ain't
that
with it.
kind of was like one of those things where it's like, but she my baby mama, but she always be up in here trying to start shit, but she my baby mama, and also when I can't fuck you, it's her.
Yeah.
So
I can't hit my baby
and then the
mama, so I
husband
don't
had
know
like,
about that. I don't
then the
even
husband
try.
had like a whole different side chick who was also cool with
I
the
actually
girl.
haven't tried.
So that the husband was fine. It was the boyfriend who
think I could?
who had problems. But we're gonna get out of this
Effort.
topic, and I'm just completely skip music because you know what?
Yeah, that
we can
happened.
talk about that week. No. I missed Big Crit's album, but we'll talk about that
That
next
happened.
week. And also Nas Lost Tapes Volume 2.
Nah.
That was
I thought
also
that
great.
was lit. Yeah.
It was.
Oh my god, you listen to Nas?
I do, but I didn't listen to it yet. I just heard it was lit.
No, it's lit. Although I don't like his his whole
Ooh, she's here. Can I ask her a question about music? Do you
ahead.
agree with? You heard JD's statement?
JD's statement.
Jermaine Dupri said all these new female rappers sound like stripper music, and a lot of people got offended.
Why?
Okay. All right.
right,
Well,
move
hey,
on.
we have it there.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Can
Hey,
female
daughter,
rappers rap?
The new ones? They
In
don't write their
general.
own shit, so It's not
Oh,
the
yeah,
same.
writing is
anymore.
relative.
Writing is.
I think Megan. I like her flow. Megan
I like her
Thee
flow, too.
Her flow's dope.
Yeah,
She's
but
dope.
her rapping.
What do you mean lyrically or just like
Lyrically.
like?
I mean, lyrically, yeah, but I mean,
Let's see.
They all talk about the same shit.
They're
yeah.
all the same shit.
But I mean, so do male rappers. So it's just
Nope.
like-
No,
nobody's
we-
creative.
That's-
Nope.
that's the
we
difference
go
that these
we
two
go
had.
off a little
It
different
dep-
now.
who you
Who you talking about? Look,
Like-
They didn't see Gunna.
Who?
I mean, we got Gunna and Baby and like all them niggas, but we also got like one new school. We go with like the Chances.
I don't listen to him.
You don't listen to Chance?
He's
Ass
the most
rap?
overrated average rapper.
Yo,
that ever
Chance's
lived.
ass could
Yeah,
rap.
no.
Yeah, he's average.
Don't you dare
I fuck
hate on
with
my
J.
boy
Cole,
Chance
though.
like that.
J.
Okay,
Cole, that's my
where's
nigga.
the female J. Cole at?
Rhapsody,
In this generation, there
Yeah.
isn't one.
Rhapsody.
He said there's one named Rhapsody. I didn't
Oh,
even
okay,
listen to
okay.
it.
I don't really listen to her, but she's
Yeah.
dope though.
Definitely check
She's
out
dope.
Rhapsody.
She's dope.
She's definitely the female J.
One of
Cole.
the females that I can give props to right now is Janelle Monáe.
Yeah,
rapper?
no.
She dibbles and dabbles in.
No,
Come
no,
on now, man.
no. She's never really been an MC.
No.
She's been good at singing.
That's
She's
because-
good at performing.
That's because she ain't
But
wrote
at
no songs like "Nigga, I took your bitch and I fucked
No,
her too."
no,
You know what
she
I'm
no,
saying?
we didn't even say that.
I'm
No,
just
never
she's
saying.
heard
an
her
artist. Well, I give her that.
She's an artist.
Yo, she's an
and
artist.
she can sing her ass
lyrically, What
off.
is an artist though?
No, that's not the same thing. Rapping
That's
is
not the
different.
same thing. Rapping is different.
Rapping is
Her
different.
first album
'cause
had comparable stuff.
You
but
can
her
be a
second did
rapper and not be an artist.
Correct.
But you can't be an artist
And not be a rapper.
not be a rapper. You can be an artist, not be a rapper. Because
What's the
Drake, I
difference?
would say, more of an artist.
Than a rapper.
Andre
you're saying-
But he's a
3000.
rapper still though.
Big Boy is a rapper.
Straight up.
But he's still a. But what did we just say?
Andre 3000.
No. The dude you just said.
Drake.
Drake is still a rapper though.
Not
He's
really.
more of an artist.
He's more
Drake
of an
is
artist.
a rapper.
What do you
No,
mean by
he's
that?
not.
Like an artist is more versatile?
Where artist is more versatile. Rappers just
So it's because
rap
he
for
can
the most
he can
part.
dibble dab in both. That makes him an artist. So you mean to tell me right now that Janelle Monáe cannot rap?
Gotta
She's
hear a song.
she's decent to a
I've heard
light.
some songs where when she's rapping. it's
She
not
is
bad.
decent to a
Childish
light
Gambino's an
6.
artist. He's not
She's
just a
de-
rapper.
sir, she
No.
is decent to a light 6.
But you
No.
said an artist can be a rapper. An artist is
Yeah,
a rapper, but a
an artist
rapper.
can rap, but he's not necessarily a rapper can't be an artist, but an artist
can be a rapper, right.
So he's an artist.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense.
No, Janelle Monáe is an artist.
She's
We're
an
saying
artist.
she's not a rapper.
Which means
Yeah,
that
but
she
I'm not
can't
gonna.
rap.
When we think about rappers, we're gonna think about people who just purely rap. The Jay-Z's of
Oh,
the
that's
world.
what you mean. Oh,
Even
okay.
Nas, like I told you,
Yeah,
Nas
he's
is
a-
not
he's a
that
rapper.
rapper. Nas tried to sing. It ain't really work out that well.
It didn't work out.
Because I remember this song.
He didn't make a song cry.
You a big girl now. Nothing wrong with your homos now. Got your own home all alone with about no more daddies. He was singing. It was terrible. That was.
I mean, I kinda like that song,
Nostradamus. I like the song.
I like that song, but yeah, he's not
Listen
a great. He's not
Yeah,
a
he
great
can't
singer.
sing, or just even Andre 3000. He just has a unique voice. He's not
No,
necessarily.
Andre 3000's got a unique voice.
Yeah, I
J.
don't
Cole
think
can
he
kind
can
of do the same thing.
J. Cole
Drake
sing.
is one of the better of the sing-songy rappers, but the problem with Drake is that
Nelly.
yeah,
Nelly, what?
Nelly is a
was
good
the first
example.
one to really do that and make it popular.
sing and rap?
Yeah,
What song did Nelly sing on?
all of them.
pretty much
Not
all
really.
of them.
Hot in,
I'm going.
yeah, hot in.
It's getting hot, yeah.
You don't think about
He
it.
did.
Amazing. So amazing. I don't even remember the words.
Okay, how that
She
baby
touched my
don't-
best friend like her. I think my
Bugging
bugging
bit.
bitch.
Oh,
It's
I'm
getting hot in here. So take off all your clothes.
I am.
He was always saying, real niggas ride with us.
Yeah.
Country
Even
Grammar,
with-
I'm
he-
going
That's my
down,
shit.
baby. Your street. You never noticed it though. Yeah.
He even went and did some country music.
Because Ja Rule was the one that made it super mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, baby, not alone, my brain, man. But
That's
50
my shit,
Cent did
too.
it, but nobody gave him the credit for it. Cause 50, you remember, girls either love me now.
21 Questions.
21 Questions. I love 21 Questions. That's one of my favorite
21
songs.
Questions is
ever.
good.
That's-
50 stay in Saudi Arabia making shitty ass fucking traps.
Hey,
But at the same time,
Eminem tried it.
Need you to pray for me. I love this. Man, I'm gonna go listen to that album. Matter of fact, I'm
all right,
gonna
well,
download it now.
we covered music to a
Yeah, we
certain
did.
extent.
That's enough music.
So, dad beats 12-year-old daughter after she has sex. Thoughts?
I didn't hear about the story. Enlighten me.
So, basically, 12-year-old daughter admitted to having sex, and her dad beat her ass.
Why?
Like, beats the brakes off her because she's having sex.
12 years old.
12 years old. Is that an appropriate age to have sex?
I don't think that was an appropriate response, but I get why he did it.
Yeah, I don't think the response was
I
appropriate.
mean, what else? I can't think of anything else to do. He's just trying to scare her into having sex, but she wants to scare it the fuck.
I mean,
she gonna fucking get-
part of the problem is that he didn't actually try to like have any kind of conversation.
don't know
with
that.
her. Let me rephrase that. You're right. We don't know that. But based on his,
he
based on
caught
his-
her
Put
in
a
the-
video on the internet. That's the issue I had a problem
Whoa.
with. Yeah, he put a video
Yeah.
in. He said,
Whoa.
so you fucking now?
They were black.
Yeah, of course.
He'd be her ass.
And he started
He beat
beating
the
her ass.
shit
But
out of her.
What you gotta
Like,
understand?
did he walk in it? Like he
No,
fought them in the
well,
act?
they didn't say
No,
it.
this is after.
Oh.
We're assuming this after, although he may have walked in on them fucking.
And I'll beat her ass if I find her.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
Because
No,
ain't
I'm
nobody
not beating her
fucking in my
ass.
house
I'm
for
beating
me.
that nigga's ass.
I'm beating both
Then
of
I'm
them.
beating.
You ain't paying no bills. You're the only person fucking in this house, all right?
Only person fucking this out the person who paid these goddamn bills.
When you
all
got
right?
that's how you gonna fuck who the hell everywhere you want. That gotta be your goal.
Well, not even that. I'm gonna be like, if you want to be out here being a hoe like the
Go
rest
to
of
a
the whole.
hotel room. Okay.
Exactly.
Go be a hoe.
But I think part of the problem with
Hotel everybody,
the problem with
even
this is
the
that
men.
if he had beat the dude's ass, that's smarter.
Where was
Hate-
her mom?
That's another good question.
it's not
Where is
enough.
the mom?
I mean,
But
how would you? I don't know how you respond, but I guess that is a way to do it.
yeah, beat.
'Cause
But then
beating-
again, I feel like it.
Do you have children?
but see,
Okay.
beating women doesn't teach lessons.
It
Yes,
doesn't.
the
And
fuck
if that was
it
his 12-year-old
does.
son, it would have
Yes,
been a
it
different
does.
response.
As you were saying, R. Reed.
Yeah, she just saw the video and she said that. What did you say? Demonizing her for having sex.
Yeah, I said, why do men demonize women for being sexual beings?
Essentially, in this case, punishing her for being a 12-year-old having sex because of several factors. One, you can get labeled sexual deviant essentially by society, and that could fuck up the rest of your life, all because you wanted to have sex and we weren't going to report you, but that kid's family may have. And if they do that, and it's,
Who, the boy? She
yeah,
had?
if they report you having sex underage, you will go down as a sex offender. You'll be a class 1, but a class 1 still is enough to get you to not be able to do shit. That's happened to several black boys. Now, I'm not saying that it's likely that it's going to happen to her, but you just need to understand the fact that you're having sex under the age of consent. Even if the person is the same age as you, it still counts as child sexual
Remember,
whatever.
his frustration is probably in his failure as well.
Right.
But you don't own your daughter's virginity.
I mean, no, you
This
don't.
is not
but
biblical
Exactly.
days anymore.
I mean, no,
But
it's
she at 12 don't own it either.
but that's what I'm trying
She
to say.
doesn't. She's not educated enough, I would say.
I mean,
But she's
education.
12. Who thought he had
But you
ed-
should
yeah.
know
That's a good
at 12 years old, you
age
should
for
know
your
that you shouldn't be having sex.
None of your
But at the same
goddamn
time, I
business.
feel like growing up in a black family, like, I don't know about you guys, but how often do we ever have to talk about the birds and the bees? Did you ever have that
my daughter-
conversation?
Yeah.
I
I'm
already
saying
talked
you,
about it.
not with your daughter, but did your mom do that for you or your dad do that for
My
you?
mom and dad both.
I can't remember when.
Two
but I
awkward
think we had-
conversations I had to have.
I've never had that
But I
conversation.
guess my parents didn't think I
Then
was
your
having
parents have
sex.
done you a disservice
I know.
because you should always
My
have
dad
that
was so
conversation.
surprised when I popped up with a baby. Because I guess he didn't think I was having sex because I was kind of like the video game kid. But
Completely.
we used to go out and fuck hoes all the time. Like, what? I mean, have sex with women.
Yeah.
Please, thank you for
As
correcting
teenagers
yourself.
on the weekends, we would stay
Although
out.
some of the women were loose.
That's all we was trying to do was trying to get into some. Like you
Some
know,
loose
teenagers.
women.
They weren't loose. They were like us.
Exactly.
Like you
Just
like
young
us.
and horny.
Just
yeah.
like
Yeah.
you. You a loose man, met a loose woman, the two of y'all.
I ain't here to judge.
Young, dumb, and full of cum.
Yes, exactly. Young, dumb, and
Just trying to
full of
find. We used to go out
Ew.
every weekend trying to hit something, and I always wondered what happened if I never got caught.
cum. So
having
glad I
sex or
did not
anything.
stay in the state
And-
in those times.
I guess you were.
No, I said I'm so glad I didn't stay in that state during those times.
No, we was talking about high school.
Oh, well, yeah, I was too
That's
nerdy.
what we were.
I was too nerdy for
We
that.
was at Stone. You're not gonna hang with us, but we was at Stonecrest. What man? You
Well, it was
just swear,
first
man. I
built,
didn't
that was
blame
11th grade.
you. Yo, what?
That was 11th grade.
What was your first what?
No, that was college. But it was built in 11th grade.
What, Stonecrest?
Yeah, Stonecrest was built for us in 11th grade.
I think that shit was out.
No,
No,
it should,
10th grade.
10th grade.
I was at
yeah,
So,
but
yeah.
it should have been built that summer, which is coming up 11th.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. And then we met Martin. We was
Only reason I
going-
know is because like when it was built,
I knew
my
Mark
grandmother
since
came
black
out. It was like a whole family thing.
Yeah, we met all these women and we were just having sex with them on the weekend. Well, not all the time, but
Wait a sec, that means some of those women got y'all because y'all were underage.
nah, they were probably underage too. For
You
the most
sure?
part. I don't think it was as good as
I feel like
to
we don't
remember
talk
it.
about black men trauma like that.
Oh, I had sex at a definitely age that was too young to have sex at, but I don't want to.
Same here.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not.
Well, I'm
we're not
talking
going.
about-
what does
we're
that
not going
mean?
into your traumatic story.
Like, what
and
is there? What is the age that's too young to have sex
For
at?
me as a guy,
before 16? I think after 16. I mean, look,
I was
nigga,
much,
16.
I wasn't a teenager.
You were a preteen.
I wasn't a preteen.
You were 10.
I wasn't 10.
That's yeah.
No,
that's-
we talking about actively having sex or just had sex? There's a
have
difference.
had sex, but either one
Yeah,
is
I had sex before I actively knew what sex was.
correct. Which is kind of the problem with Stanley Fritz because Stanley Fritz was abused by several women.
Not abused. Like
No, he was
it
abused.
Felt good. And
Again.
she.
Again, Stanley Fritz was abused by several women. We don't talk about women sexually using young black boys because
I guess that's what it was.
yeah, sexually using. teaching them how to do cunnilingus, having
I didn't
What
do
is
no-
cutting lingus?
That's licking job.
oral sex for women,
You know, I didn't do that till I was like,
My first time, she was 5 years old.
what?
which is still far
I
too
hear
old.
of that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
But that's what I'm
She
saying.
was
Like that's
18.
Stanley
That's
Fritz.
weird.
No, Stanley Fritz was like
Weird.
4
people
and
tell me,
5.
"You was raped." I wanted to do it.
I mean, sir, by textbook definition, you were raped.
You
Yeah.
were able to
You may have wanted it, but wanting to
Yeah,
do something
because
and
you
being able
feel
to
it, and it's
consent.
just like, ooh, it's
That's
warm.
the word that you know what? I'll read you right.
Yeah,
You're not able to consent at 12.
yeah. No
So
consent.
that's the problem with this whole thing.
How are you not able to consent at 12?
You can't consent until you
How
reach the age
if
of-
it's two 12-year-olds and they want to have sex
but
with
they
each other?
can't consent. Children cannot
How?
consent.
That's how it is.
Ch-
It's
no,
it's her body. Like that
doesn't
was her
matter
body.
your body. You're not allowed to consent
How not?
because you're not of the age of consent or above.
You don't know what the fuck
That
you're doing
makes
or
no-
consenting to, so that's why we don't allow you to consent.
Correct. This is why we don't.
That
This is
doesn't
why
make sense. I
in
don't-
most
I
states
don't
and
agree
most
with
people
that.
don't allow 12-year-olds to get married. Now, some of those states, Georgia,
We
do
changed
allow.
those laws.
I'm sorry, Alabama.
In some places, you can't even get a job unless you're 15, unless you get what's the thing
16. I thought.
waiver?
Workers permit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
workers
at
permit.
15, you had to
I
get a
remember
waiver.
that.
Yeah, but no, you're not allowed to consent to sex before you are able to
Hold on,
process
so
and
you think there's an
understand.
age when you should have sex or have consent to have sex? I'm just
No.
'cause she was 12 and you was like,
Yeah, listen, we need all the.
if your 12-year-old daughter.
Do you
had
think
sex,
that 12-year-olds
ain't-
should be able to have sex with each other? See, I get it. That's exactly what it is. Because
That's
you
why,
are,
as
you
adults,
are.
we don't leave things in children's hands because
Exactly.
there's this thing called order, and there has to be an order to things unless you want chaos.
Correct. That's why we say 16. You're able to consent because at 16 you're able
You
to
know
understand
better,
that this
yeah.
is a potentially
know
life-altering
better.
decision. Because at 12 years old, if you get pregnant by another 12-year-old, I'm gonna be like, all right, so
Man.
whose parents are fucking stupid?
Anybody had a 12-year-old pregnancy in middle school?
I've
Hell
seen
no.
the 12-year-old pregnancy in middle
Really?
school. It's like,
Yeah, we had one.
I was like, who molested you?
Then we had one in 9th grade. That was the MLK.
That's normal.
Yeah,
I
we
feel
did have
like
one
in
in
high
9th
school.
grade at MLK.
Temporary.
No, we had
really?
one in 9th and in 10th grade at MLK. Like that, but that's the thing about it is like you are 14 and what, 15 years
What's
old?
your man Southwest the Cab?
Yo, what's the name?
Dog, Southwest Cab is a fucking land. Is a
fucking
fucking land dump.
Yo, you know that one chick?
Landfill.
I saw her kid, and her kid looked just like her at this age. She's like 16 now.
Oh, the one that we
Can you-
talking about.
Can I
Don't
won't
say her name. Don't
Yeah,
say
I
her
won't
name.
say-
But basically,
Amber's friend was-
her daughter looks just like her, and it's
Looks
scary.
just like her.
It's scary because
At
it's
15.
like you are way too young to have someone who looks like they could be like she could be your twin, and it's
Yeah.
not like in that cool like
Nah,
you're
I'm talking
22,
about, like,
your mother's
Her mama had
44.
all that stuff when she was that age. I was like, girl, you better watch out for your daughter. And the worst thing is, like, I always tell girls, and I don't know how you tell them this, but
Be
it ain't
honest.
the niggas you go to school with. There's some other niggas you gotta watch out with. And them old niggas are just trying to get in your pants because you're young.
But them old niggas
It's
are always
easy.
the ones bearing gifts. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll take it to the store, baby. Come on in. Or
That nigga
Maybe-
spent
not,
$40.
not even the old niggas. Sorry, the late 20-year-olds. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Me to a fancy restaurant like
Red Lobster.
Jesus. And the
Hey,
sad,
but don't get it wrong. These young chicks, they about that money, though. They know what this stuff
yeah,
is now.
but
Yeah,
that's
about the bag.
that's a Generation Z thing to begin with.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a Generation Z thing.
Yeah,
They
because
all
I
about
talked to
money.
this 18-year-old, and that was the most annoying person I ever talked to in my life.
You were, like,
Y'all
talking to her,
Gucci?
talking to
No,
her?
I talked to her.
No, he had
Had
the,
to
Like,
he had the
oh.
displeasure of talking to her.
Yeah, I'm 34.
displeasure.
There's nothing else I can offer her. I
Yeah,
can't
there's
even-
nothing- there's
I wouldn't
nothing
even
else.
offer her dick because I'm just. Well, I wouldn't. Like at least 20, 22 and up. Like,
I'm telling you, man, it's got to
And
be
even 22. I'm like
Yeah,
25
22.
and up.
25.
22
Like I
is
need
just-
I need you to have gotten over your this is like I'm an adult now phase, which normally takes about 4 to 10 years.
I prefer someone 25 and
4
up.
to 10 years.
No, it takes 4
You didn't
to
want
10
to
years.
You didn't want to say the whole phase.
I mean, no, I'm not saying whole phase because everybody
whole
goes through whole
phase,
phases
man.
differently. No, there's some people go through their whole phase at 18, and there's some people go through their whole phase at 36.
Shit, don't be
Yeah.
calling that girl out like that.
First and foremost, I didn't say that it was a girl, so you just threw her whole ass name out there. Kenya, not just joking. But
Jennifer.
damn, that's hitting a little close.
Some girls are just hoes, man.
I mean, some people just hoes.
No,
Some
I'm
people
just
hoes.
hoes. I don't think men get called out for that hoish behavior.
No, I call men out
think
for their
we-
hoes behavior.
I know you do. Me, I don't. I actually had a situation with a guy I was out with recently, and I thought that was really hoish of him, and I was just like, that was nasty,
What did he do?
What do you
bro.
do?
I can't really go over it.
Okay.
I go
Why?
over it.
I know
bro.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, bro.
It was
I told
it
you
was a
about
quick
it.
smash.
Yeah, he quick smashed somebody he had just met, and I was like, you hoe. You are such a hoe. Just like you're a hoe. Like,
Yeah,
bro, you literally
pretty
said,
much.
"What's up? Let's do this."
You literally was just like, "Hey, what's up? You down for this?" And she was like, "All right," and you was like, "Cool."
Behind the trash can. I'm like, bro, like,
That's
Got to
just
think better of
raggedy.
yourself.
I mean,
But while we in this,
if that was me, what would I have done? The same goddamn thing.
I wouldn't have.
So I didn't
have.
draft the man, but
I
but since he the one that did it, ho, you know what I mean? Ho.
I mean,
How?
exactly. That's true. But last but not least, what do you think about women who go out, dance with random dudes? I know there was a picture that
Oh, are you
circulated.
talking about that video?
Nah, you're talking about a
What
picture,
video
but
you
tell us about the video.
I saw this video. I think it was on Facebook or something, and it was like the girl, she was with her boyfriend or whatever. They were out, and then
That's
she was
same
like
as-
dancing with some guy, but she was like on him, like
Oh,
like how
she
you
was,
carry a
like,
baby, yeah, like
yeah.
that. And then she got off him, and then she just walked away with her boyfriend. Like he was standing there watching her do that,
That
and they
nigga-
That's a
walked away
cuckold right
together.
there.
That nigga,
That's a
just like-
cuckold.
No,
That's a
he a
cuckold
simp.
right
Wait a
there.
minute.
He a
Now that's a
simp.
cuckold, man. He
a
likes
bitch
watching that. He likes watching it. Now, more than likely, you're right. He's a simp.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, which is he's a cuckold.
He's a simp.
He likes watching that shit.
He a simp.
Guy who does
Cuckolds
the
are
fucking
simps, though.
cuckold. Well, I mean, is it really
A
simp
simp-
if you're getting free pussy?
A simp ain't nothing but a man in a woman's body, essentially.
See, I feel like that's going over the edge. I feel that a simp is a man who does not stand up for the things that he says he believes in.
But that's what no.
Or
there's
maybe he
levels
just doesn't
to it.
have boundaries.
Also true. I mean, if you
Are
don't,
those? Do you believe in boundaries like that?
What do you mean, like what?
Like if you were with if you go out with your girls
Mm-hmm.
and y'all in the club and y'all dancing, do you think that twerking shit on like dudes is still for go?
oh,
Don't trust these.
don't trust these
Don't
ladies.
trust these
Because
women.
it's a party, so when you go to a party, you dance with people. So if
But
he
why not
knows I'm
dance with
going to
your
a
girls?
party,
Dancing.
he
Why not-
knows what I'm
Why don't you
doing.
dance on your
Dancing.
girls though? Why don't you dance on your girls though?
But just like-
Why don't you dance
Well,
on your
me
girls though?
personally, I don't do that because I feel like doing all that shit is just dry sex, like you're dry humping.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. Is that
if
is
he
that
goes
in
to
the
a
realm?
party and he's dancing, he like I know what he's getting into, so
I don't do
it's
that.
no
I'm such a-
different.
But yeah, but
Black
that,
men
but that's
don't
not.
cheat, so we don't even start stuff like that.
I mean,
All right? we
that's-
don't even go with that's foolishness.
that's foolishness.
That's foolish. You would never.
You don't
let
put
these
yourself
women
in positions
grind up
like
on
that.
our penises.
You go,
Wear
you
your
go
dress pants
to,
so you can feel it all.
you go to strip clubs with your lady, like every other committed man.
Yeah.
Strip clubs with your lady.
Quick question. So is that the same thing? If you go, but you pay for it. That's not
See,
What?
that's different. That's an experience for both of us.
okay.
Like I'm watching her twerk on
So
you.
what was
she
it was
twerking
like
on me.
unacceptable, harmless. Is it
cheating
do you
or-
consider that harmless? I guess that's the question.
No, I consider it to be
What?
unacceptable.
It's
Going to the strip
unacceptable.
club?
No. So going back to the first thing, take the strip club completely out. If you were my girl and you go out and you start grinding on random niggas, I consider that to be unacceptable. I don't think that it falls far enough to be cheating.
Yeah.
Because dancing is something that is intrinsic to African people,
Right.
but at the same time, you know you're wrong.
My thing is this: if you go out to a club,
You
and
dated
if-
club
if-
rats,
wait,
right?
If we go out to a club or somewhere and you dancing on a dude, would you feel comfortable doing it while I'm there?
No.
Exactly. So why would you do it while I'm not there?
Yeah, and would you be comfortable if the girl did what you doing with him? If the answer is no, then that's something that you know is
Right, then
unacceptable.
don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't do it.
yeah, that's all I thought was that it's unacceptable. But some people were jumping to the
only
other
time I
thing.
think it's acceptable is if you're in a strip club.
Yeah, exactly. If it's a strip club, then yeah, go ahead. Like this is what we're paying for this experience. You better enjoy this entertainment.
But you
Shit
can
ain't
pay
free.
for an experience at the bar too, or at a club. You
Oh,
pay to
oh,
get
we're
in,
not-
so
I'm
you're
just
trying
gonna
to help
get your
black
money's
men not
worth.
cheat.
Exactly. Like this is if we're together at the strip club as a couple, then this is a shared experience. So I'm
Yeah.
not going to go any further than what would be considered to be okay. And for both of us, this is essentially like a light three-way. Like this is like a light three-way.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Is it fun to go to the strip club with your girl?
Going to the strip club with your girl can be a fun experience.
Yeah.
I think going to the strip club with your girl, if she's not okay with women dancing on her, is a bad experience.
Yeah.
Because then it's going to be, oh, you're just having all the fun. But if
Right.
your girl's okay with it and she like, oh, this pussy in my face.
Yeah.
Would
And
you rather go with your girl or would you rather go with your boy?
I'd rather go with
Why
my girl.
can't you
'cause
do
it'd
both?
Probably be both. It'd probably be a better experience.
Yeah,
I
just
had
bring
a bad
both.
experience going with my girl at one time that I was with at the time because she actually was an ex-stripper, so everybody kind of knew her, and it's like she always disappeared, and it was like, I don't like that shit.
Was it also
I like
low?
this shit.
Was it also low on volume, Armstead? I feel like you need to
I'd
repeat
rather
that.
go with my homies than go with my
I'd definitely
girl.
rather go with my homies.
I think there's a level of freedom that you're not gonna have.
You know what? I can.
But I could do both.
So I feel like
do
going
both.
with your
I can do
homies, going with your homies is cool and all, but going with your homies, nigga, I don't want to see that my homie blows his whole check for some girl he not gonna take home. Like I don't want to know my homie makes such irresponsible decisions.
I don't think I know anybody who would do that like that.
I know
I do.
too many people who do
I
that.
do.
Like they go out to
I
the strip club and they like make it rain. I'm like, dog, you could literally
His
buy.
whole check.
No, not that ain't his whole check.
I mean, if he had 3 to 5 stacks to blow, that's on him. But
He
if
makes
he,
good money.
yeah, but that's his money. That's
Yeah,
different.
I understand that, but I'm saying I don't like
I'm talking about
seeing
niggas
that you
who
make.
broke.
I don't like seeing that you make irresponsible decisions, regardless of whether you can afford it. Kind of like remember going back.
If you can afford
6
it, I
weeks
really not have
when we
a
talked
problem
about the girls who were running the basically ring stealing from those Wall Street guys, which we don't feel sorry for it, everyday black men. You a Wall Street nigga, so fuck you. But the fact that they were stealing from the Wall Street guys and they were too much of pussies to admit the fact that they had been harmed or wronged. So they were just like, oh, I'm just not going to talk about it. It's like, she stole like $8,000 from you. I'm just not going to talk about this. Like, we're just not going to do this. Like, it hurt their manhood and their ego so much that they couldn't admit that they had been taken advantage. They kept going back to the same club too, which is also crazy. But like, I can't watch my homies make irresponsible decisions
Depends on how much money
with strippers. Now, if you make an irresponsible decision like at a sex club or something, at least you're getting something out of it. But I can't watch you make an irresponsible decision.
I really don't like telling men what to do, so I don't know. It's
I mean,
just
I'm not
really-
going to tell you what to do, but I just don't want to see it. Like,
So
I've
don't go
seen
with
it bef-
them. Don't
No,
go.
I've seen it before, and it's just like it's weird watching. It's weird watching you make irresponsible decisions. Me being like, this is what you really gonna spend your money on. And now I'm over here talking to the stripper, and she like, yeah, man, we love niggas like them. I'm like, bet y'all do. Bet y'all do. Really?
What you looking at me for?
But anyway, thanks again, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to the Everyday Black Men podcast. We appreciate our special guest, Ellison. Please
Ellison.
follow her
Yes.
at
She's Ellison.
on Instagram. You can, of course, check us out on EVYD Black Men, Instagram at Everyday Black Men, and Facebook on the Everyday Black Men Facebook page. Coming soon
That
to the
shit been
website.
coming forever.